Uh, 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 Hello, everybody. How are we all doing today? Hope we're all having a great Friday. Let me say hi to everybody. Ayla, hello. Congrats on first. Venti, hello. Bear, hello. Nissan, hello. Tomato, hello. Sudarezz VODs, that's me. Hello. Homer update. He's licking the floor for some reason. Let the man live his goddamn life, okay? He's doing his thing, and he's doing it well. Anyways, I hope we're all having a fantastic Friday today. I know that I am having a Friday. I have not eaten dinner, so we're gonna stream. I'm not gonna eat dinner until after stream, and I'm gonna suffer. I'm gonna torture myself, and that's how it's gonna go. I have water in front of me. I'm very cold right now. I should probably turn off my fan. There we go. Turn it off. Okay. Anyways. Oh, chat. Man, I had a day at work today. Let me tell you. So there's this coworker that I usually get along really well with. And today was no different. We were talking about life and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I start talking about my Switch 2. And she has questions about it, whatever. And I was telling her, she was like, oh, does it use the same docking station as the Switch 1? And I said, no, it doesn't, because there's a bunch of engineering problems that they fixed with the Switch 2, so everything's different. And she comes back and hits me with, that's gay. Oh my god. I had to step away for a few minutes. It took me... all of this is written on a Teams chat, by the way. I had to step away for a few minutes, and I was like, okay, how am I going to approach this situation? In 2025, yes. And I said, insert name here. It's 2025. Be progressive for once. Or some. I said like be progressive or something like that. And then she comes back and hits me with, absolutely not. And I had to step away again. And I was like, how do I want to approach this situation now? And so I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and make her explain that she's being a bigot. I was like, nobody has any good reason to be saying that's gay as an insult in 2025. And I already had everything planned out, you know. So, well, the message I sent was, why not? Question mark. That's it. She said, absolutely not. I said, why not? And I was thinking she's going to come back and like, well, I grew up where that was okay to say. And I was going to be like, I grew up where that was okay to say as well. As a matter of fact, I said it. Like, throughout up until like the middle of high school, you know? We said that's gay. We said that's insert R slur. It was a part of culture. But then you learn that, hey, that's not okay to say. And you stop saying it. You grow. You grow. You realize, yeah, no, I can't be saying that shit anymore. It's insulting. It hurts a group of people. So I was getting ready for all of this. I think she realized that she fucked up when I said, why not? I didn't get a message from her the entire rest of the day. This conversation happened at like 8:30 a.m. The entire rest of the day, not a single message. So I was like, all right, okay, all right, that's fine. We'll leave it at that then. We'll leave it there. It's like, you sit back and you think about what you've done. There's no reason in the world to be saying that as an insult anymore. There is a reason to say it when something is gay. Looking at Bear, that's gay. Bear is gay. Other than that, I'm like, come on, man. What are you talking about? I immediately text one of my best friends from college who is very gay. And I tell him this, and I said, I'm about to crash out. And then he said, crash out. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. You're supposed to be the voice of reason here and tell me not to crash out. I hate the I grew up that way argument. Like, it's the same argument my dad uses when my grandmother's racist. Like, she lived through the civil rights movement. She has no fucking excuse. Yeah, it's like, okay, in the moment, yes, I get it. It was widely accepted. Everybody was saying it. Does it make it right back then? Not necessarily. But as things change in the world, you should also adapt with them. And that means increasing your moral compass to start realizing, hey, wow, maybe I shouldn't be saying this. It's not very nice. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we get it. You were a bigot. You're a racist whenever you grew up in the fucking 40s, 50s, whatever. But that doesn't mean you have to stay like that the rest of your life. Like, come on. Live a little. Grow up. There's a world out there with people that you refuse to talk to just because they exhibit a certain trait, a characteristic. Dude, it's not like they're fucking terrorists. And even if they are terrorists, it's not like the entire group of the people is terrorist, you know? Oh my god. I was unhappy. And then after she refused to reply, I was like, all right, okay, let's leave it there and let's wait. I've had a bit of interaction from work, from co-workers and customers saying stuff like this, and I just stare at them until they stop talking to me. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, just stare at them. Just stare at them and make them realize, oh shit, I said something wrong. Yep. Dude, I work with coworkers who are twice this girl's age, okay? Twice her age. That won't say shit like that. Absolutely not. They will not say shit like that. And I'm like, dude, what? So I was getting ready. If she was going to be really defensive, I was getting ready to be like, well, I find it kind of insulting, and I would prefer if you didn't say that around me, please. And if she still didn't back off, well, then that's an escalation to a manager. I was like, look, I'm trying to give you outs. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here to stop and change your ways. Please. Please figure it out. So that's how my day went today. I left work early today. I wasn't feeling too well. Luckily, my boss has given me the opportunity to make up my hours, so not a big deal. Well, hour. I left 1 hour early. And yeah. I hope you all had a better Friday than I did. I wouldn't necessarily say my Friday was bad, though. I mean, it was a regular Friday, you know? How can you be upset on a Friday? All things being normal, you know? The only problem is that I haven't eaten dinner and I'm hungry. But I'll get dinner at some point. Later on in the stream, I'll probably start looking to order something. Venti, can you remind me at 8:20 my time? I also left work early. Why? I forgot today was Friday and literally read manga all night. Is that a problem? Tomorrow's Saturday, Bear. That means you can read manga all night again. Oh my god, Bear was absolutely the nerd child where parents would be like, okay, lights out, go to sleep. And Bear would use whatever light source she could find under the covers trying to read the book more. Oh my gosh. Hold on, drink some water. I went early and my boss asked if I wanted to go home early. Oh, that's cool. I had physical therapy, so I was tired. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Suda, please don't clock me like that. Oh my god. It was so easy, too. It was so simple. Bear's still the nerd child. Bear's... You know what? That's fair, because Bear will be in the Discord and be like, all right, I gotta go to sleep, everybody. Good night. And it's like 11 p.m. her time. And then, like, fucking 4 hours later, I'll see her ass awake, and I'm like, Bear, I'm waking up for work. What the fuck is going on? She's like, oh, I did nothing today. I really liked it. Good. It sounds like your surgery went relatively well, Ayla, minus the whole medicine incident, so I'm glad. I'm happy that you made it out fine. Oh, man. All right, Chad, I should open up the game if I want to beat it. I pulled my first ever all-nighter because I was reading a book. Bear, you are such a fucking nerd. It hurts. It hurts how much of a nerd you are. Do you remember what book it was that you were reading when you did that? This is some crazy Bear lore. Oh my gosh. I do. Hold on, I have to find it. So when I was little in fifth grade, I think. No, it might have been like, yeah, I think it was fifth grade. I had to read a book and like write a report on it over summer. It was because I was transferring schools and I was going to this fancier school. It only lasted like a semester and then I left because it sucked. Anyways, um, I put it off until like the very end of summer, like quite literally the last day, and I was like, shit, I haven't read any book. And I read the entirety of a Harry Potter book in one day. And it was like, I don't remember which book. It was like the second book or something. I read the entirety of that motherfucker in one day. And then I ended up not having to even turn in the report. And I was like, all of that. I spent my last day of summer, all of that, reading a fucking Harry Potter book. God damn it. Sad life. All right, so we got to make it to the foundation, the antechamber. Trading post shelter. Shelter gives us a gem and protects us from 3 red rooms. I'll probably do the shelter. That seems pretty good. I was hoping for a tool shed, but this is fine. I don't know if anything else can spawn in here. But whatever. Maybe we can look around this area. No? Okay. Free weight room, holy shiz. I gotta remember that because I kept forgetting that it negates the effects of oh my god, I'm kind of lagging a little bit. I forgot that it negates the effects of 3 red rooms. So I was like, oh man, I can't take the weight. Why am I lagging? Game? Chill out. Book called Magic by Angie Sage. A middle grade book, preteen age. I was 13. Bear. Oh my gosh. Key card today. You weren't beating it today? My real plan was lagging your computer. Oh, okay. Thanks, Venti. Alright, so we ignore the effect of the dark room, which means that we can get the lever if... Well, I don't know if the lights are still going to turn off. Archives? Alright, I'll go archives. Bad. Why do I want the archives? I mean, it gives me a 4-way path, but... I need the game to stop lagging. Because you won't suffer that? You know, that's fair. Furnace isn't a big deal. Spare green room is probably good. Absolute bullshit. Weight room? Okay, okay. Perfect. So that's 2 red rooms. Easy. Knocking this shit out early. I want more gems if I can figure it out. Okay, we don't have anything there. Guest bedroom is 10 extra steps. I'll probably take that. I'll leave hallways for the middle areas because that just seems like a good thing to do. Oh, we got to start looking at the chess pieces. I forgot about that. Okay, hold on, hold on. I need to get my Excel spreadsheet up. Un momento, por favor. Okay, I'm going to copy the grid onto a new sheet, which is E. And then we're going to delete everything. No fill. All right. Okay. So we got to start looking around for chess pieces. In here, there's a pawn. Wait, what room is this? This is... this one. Pawn would be... How are pawns... Pawns are denoted not by anything. So I'm just going to put P. Pawn. Okay. I'm locked in now. Ayla's locked in, chat. We got this shit. We already got the bedroom closet, so I think Nook is probably a good way to go. Get a key and get a dead end here. Boudoir. Storeroom is guaranteed items, but I think I want the billiard room in the attempt to get the secret garden key. It feels like every time we've gotten it, it's been, or most of it's been through here. Okay, 13. 12 minus 6 is 6. -4 plus 5 is 1. What? Divided by... multiply by 11 is 11. -5 plus 14 is 9. Times 2 is 18. Okay, I fucked it up somehow. -5 times 2 is -10. Minus 14 is 4. Alright, 2 keys is fine. Never been so locked in before. Chat, I really want you guys to say nice things about me. I really want to beat this today. Okay, chapel is not a big deal, so I'm not going to do the chapel. I'd rather save it for some other shit. Some bullshit-ass red room. We'll open you. I feel like the odds to get the... There it is! The secret garden key. Okay. We got to start planning to get to this side. I think it's the left side of the antechamber. That's our goal. Alright, orange, thank you. We gotta play it smart. Courtyard is good. Security room is also very good. I would rather go security room so that we can make the security key access to high because we have a key card now. Alright. Keycard system settings, set security level to high. Offline mode is going to be unlocked. Peebo or Bop? Bop. Let me see. I'm okay with the den. I feel like saving the hallways is probably a good idea. We could also potentially get the, oh, there's a pawn in here. The noise of the computer? Oh. Whoops. Okay, P. Use a regular key. Corridor, storeroom. I'm not trying to go for dead ends now that we have a path, a plan of action. Kitchen is good, hallway is good, but I'd rather save it. I think the kitchen is going to be a good bet in case we start running out of steps. Nothing in here. Use a regular key. Conference room is good. Let's do conference room. Alright, I think now we can start trying to get the... whatchamacallit. Parlor, freezer, observatory. Observatory gives us more access. And let's see if we can get the secret garden here. No. West Wing Hall. Good. Alright, observatory. We got this, we got that. The noise of the computer. I was gonna say the titter. Was that what I was gonna say? I can't even tell. Utility closet is good. Great Hall kind of sucks, honestly. But it does kind of guarantee that we get the room we need. I'll do the Great Hall. Comtitter. Come titter. Secret garden key. Okay, that's fine. We will try this way then. That's fine. We're going to go through all of these until it works. Work, goddammit. I feel like it's because the secret garden has to be in a certain location. What location is that? I don't remember how the secret garden looks, like how its layout is. Vestibule's good. I feel like dining room is probably better though. I'll take that. I would like a coat check just in case we see that we need to store this key for the future. Parlor's good, workshop is good. Well, workshop's not necessarily good, it's fine. Parlor will give us 2 gems, and we're kind of low on gems. Alright, I'll do it. Okay. Give me this. Anything on the floor here? Nope. Alright. What do we got? Only one statement is true. A box next to this box is true. A box next to this box contains gems. Okay, assuming this is true, means this is true. Which means this is false. Which works. So the gems are in here. Perfect. Okay, it's fine. We will go back. Too smart. Dude, it's lagging so bad. What's going on? And it looks like it's only the game. It's not like me. I'm not lagging. Okay, I want to go to the security room and see if we can open that top door for the secret garden now. I did say I was going to do something. Well, stop it. There it is. Yeah, it's the game. It's weird. Okay. All right, left side is open. Good. And it's also worth noting that the secret garden only opened on the right side. Is that back door closed? Fuck me. I can reopen that. Maybe. Greenhouse, I'm okay with getting, just in case we get the lever. But we already have it open, so I might as well do the story. Bello Minion, what's going on, brother? How are you today? Okay, so it looks like pawns... Well, there's a pawn in this one. Weird. Not bad. That doesn't necessarily mean good. I don't want to go this way. I want to go back over here since we have the keys. This lag is making me lose my fucking mind. After this day, we're gonna restart the game. Where am I going? Observatory. Then this way. This way. It's testing you. It knows I'm getting closer. And it's scared. It's afraid. Cloister, great room. Perfect. Exactly what we want. Anything here? Nope. Alright. Security rooms. I fuck with it. Whew, okay, and it opens to the right. Good, 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 good. Early because I'm inviting my friends over on my actual birthday? Hell yeah, minion. I hope your birthday dinner was delicious. Free gym is nice. It is nice, but not super necessary. Okay, so that is closed. All right. What did we do last time to open that room? I don't remember. Venti, what did I do last time to open that room? I think we went down the foundation. You can't go in? No, it's closed. I'm preying on your downfall. Why would I help? You're literally my typical helper. Why wouldn't I ask? Got a shirt and pen light. Damn, minion. Okay. Yes, you went down foundation. Okay. We got this. We don't have a furnace, so I'll just eat it. Huh. There's a knight in here. On the middle rank. How do they denote? Oh, it's with an N. Okay. Knight. There. Oh, holy shit, the secret garden's goated. Dude, secret garden with this room is sick. Hell yeah. God, this choppiness. Ah! Okay. We gotta live with it. The show must go on. And I don't think I can close the game without calling it a day, so... What's with the FPS? I have no idea. I'm gonna punch your screen through you. We should just restart. Don't want to win on choppiness. We don't even know that I'm gonna win yet. Where am I trying to fucking go? Archives. I'll win on choppiness. I don't care. Minion, I made a bet with chat that was... If I beat the game today, everyone in chat has to comment one nice thing about me on this VOD. But if I don't beat the game today, then I have to say something nice about all of chat in the Discord, individually, and pin it. Okay. This fuck-ass puzzle again. I'd say something nice about Suda anyways. That's what I was like, why is it hard to be nice to me? Nobody wanted to take the deal. This is fine because I want to see the map. You should check the minecart because you totally don't need to turn that. Yeah, I don't remember. All right. Well, this needs to go all the way back then. All right, teleportation. Let's go. Fuck the FPS. I don't need it. I just didn't like that Venti was the one who decided my fate. I'm not teleporting in this area. Shouldn't have been early, I guess. There we go. Oh, the good-ass music is back. All right. There is a lock on it. I don't like that there's a lock on that door. That scares me. That scares me a lot. Can't even open those. And I think that's why Venti said I'm not going to beat the game today. I'm fucking teleporting again. Teleport to Rez. I'm living with it. How do you get the key? Good question. I have no idea. Can I have my key card back, please? So many puzzles. So many puzzles. I'll be lurking until he's fed. Okay, bear. Okay. This way, this way, this way. This way. Wait, yeah, this way. Teleport around. This way. I would have quit on day 2, but I'm happy you're playing it and not me. Well. Someone's got to beat this fuck-ass game, dude. I don't even want to call it fuck-ass. This is actually a really good game. This game was very well put together. Do I still have that? I do. Okay. Patio? Lavatory? Patio? Not a big deal. I'll probably do the laundry room. Okay. What do I need to enter this? To continue up, you must go down. The basement key. Didn't I already have that?
There was once a red prince who sat on a red throne.
This is the book we read.
He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone.
Dude.
The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. He didn't see the birds or the changing of the leaves. And he never saw the sights of life's many symphonies. couldn't see beyond the red shade he was aware. He never caught a glimpse of the world I had to share.
Aww. Oh my god, was Marion his mother?
One day the prince saw something new. And if you look closely, you might see it too. The skies parted and the clouds withdrew. The prince had a new favorite color. The color blue.
What? I have so many questions. So many questions and thoughts running through my mind right now. What? I'm very confused. Oh, Venti! Oh! That makes sense. I have so many questions. Did y'all really not catch on? No! I didn't pick up on that. Hold on, hold on. We'll watch a lore video on this, okay? We'll watch a lore video. For Christopher Manson, who opened many doors for me. Aw. Dogu Bomb. Mount Holly, your new home. Total rooms 27, rank reached 10, even though there's 9 ranks. 93 steps taken, 4 items found. Banger game. Oh my god. Okay, so blueprints is blueprints, because every room is a blueprint. The next day, still choppy. I don't want to save and quit. I just want to quit. Hold on, I'm taking my allowance. Only open in the event of inheritance. Dear Baron, welcome to Mount Holly, your home. I still remember the first time I was addressed by my title. I was quite a bit older than you, but it still felt strange. Especially after a lifetime of hearing my father addressed daily by that same title. But life is a journey of growth. Growing up, growing older, growing wiser, and in our case, growing into the Baron of Reddington. The Baron doesn't have to be a daunting figure. He could be quiet and unassuming, or loud, brash, and boisterous. He could be deceptive or trustworthy, humble or boastful, or any measure of other things, but always clever. When I inherited Mount Holly, I never had to prove myself. They just gave me the keys and left it at that. It felt too easy, too trivial, and very undeserved. Experience does come with time, but without validation, I spent the better part of my youth questioning myself. As I grew older, that lack of conviction and aimlessness amplified. I never really had any goals or objectives to strive toward. I never had any dreams to realize. I never set my sights on something beyond the horizon. I never had a room 46 to reach. And now that you have reached your goal and are basking in your well-deserved glory, shiny trophy in hand and showered with accolades and titles, will you be content to stop there? Or will you look to the horizon and wonder what dreams lie ahead? Ovin Nevare, Herbert S. Sinclair. What does that mean? Somebody look that up for me. Ovin Nevare. Reach room 46. The inheritance trophy. Mount Holly gift shop. All right. There's an in-game language, I think. What? Blue tents. The prince that loves red. Enjoy a lunch. 46! Yeah! We did it! Dirigiblocks Console Edition. Blue tents can only be purchased after you have proven your merit as a scout by obtaining 8 trophies in your trophy room. Unlock Dare mode. A permanent addition to the pool. Oh, that's cool. I bet you can probably get in the water. Turn it into a tourist attraction. Gain half of your dinner steps. Damn. Swimbird is depressing? Why? Get in the water? Who are you, Poseidon? I don't know, maybe. Like, now what do I do? Have you not read it yet? Swimbird. Oh, I did read Swimbird. That one is depressing. That's the one where the birds, like, friends are being assholes to him, right? Why do you keep playing? I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Like, I don't know what else to do. Is it gonna let me go all the way, or do I have to figure this shit out again? Check and simp over Aphrodite again. So it hasn't found all the secrets. I don't think I've even found half of the secrets, honestly. The shop is like the new game plus room. Well, I guess I gotta figure out how to get some of the stuff. We need 15 coins to get the lunchbox thing. Well, we got 15 coins. Is the shop room 47? No. I think it counts as room number whatever still. Oh, there's the lever. But I'm curious, like, I want to get into the 46th room and see what's in there, you know? I'll do the greenhouse. That lets us go right on into the antechamber. It's okay, so Venti, I don't know if you knew that I would have won that, but it is kind of funny that I fucking beat the game immediately after starting stream today. Like I was one run away from it. That's crazy. Watering can? What did that do? I don't remember. No. New game plus room. Sneakers, gems. Looks like that's all there is. Oh, a sledgehammer. I do not have that. Let's see if we can make it back to that last room. So, okay, so I obviously do not have all of the information here, but here's what I do know. Marion was I think the daughter of the Baron, the late Baron Herbert. And hold on, do I want an aquarium? Gay fish parlor. But I think that she, like, it's so apparently like the family or somebody stole the crown that had the red gems, the red ruby gems in it, and she had to leave the country. I think Marion is this guy's mom. I'm assuming. Oh. Statements containing the word statements are always true. Both statements on the black box are false. The gems are in a box with a true statement. This is the second statement on this box. Okay, so this has to be false. Both statements, that's false because this one is not. So it's in here. This lag's killing me, man. The veranda, dining room. I'll do dining room. I mean, all we're trying to do is trying to get to this section of the antechamber. Chat, remember to like the stream if you haven't. Please and thank you. Suda, yeah? Why were we meowing on Twitter? Just for funsies, honestly. I remember a tweet when Pokimane said, meowing is sexy, or meowing is hot. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna meow today. Wait, so that means I beat the game, right? So chat, you guys all have to like the stream. Well, that's optional, but I would prefer if you did. And comment something nice about me. Your fate was decided. No, Ayla, you have to comment it on the comment thing. Can't be in chat, cheater. After he's done streaming. Are you not able to comment now? Secret passage? Yeah, I'll do it. No. Oh, that sucks. We're gonna try and get a casino because that gives us a ton of money early. Fuck. Yeah, we'll do the aquarium. The special cost is bypassed. Fuck it. Turnip! Turnip for what? Cloister's a great find. Billiard room is perfect. Do you like fish sticks? Actually, I don't really like fish sticks, believe it or not. They're okay. 11 times 3 is 33, minus 13 is 20. Negative 12 plus 20 is 8. Times 2 is 16. Fuck. Negative 4 squared is 16. Plus 1 is 17. Divided by 9. That doesn't work. Okay. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3 squared is 9. Divided by 9 is 1. Had a dream I saw a handsome cloud man. Woke up and I still saw a handsome cloud man. Martin Bland, how are you doing, brother? Hope you're having a great day today. I know we are. Oh, dude, we made it all the way here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That shit ain't open. Okay, no biggie. We just gotta go all the way down and open it. Okay, well, let's do it. We're gonna teleport our way back down. This is so painful, chat. Oh my god. I'm sure it's painful to watch it, but it's way more painful to play it, I promise you. Recovering from my brother's wedding. Your brother got married? Congratulations, little brother Bland. Do we like the wife or do we not like the wife? I feel like that's an important question to ask. Wow, didn't invite you, Suda. I know! I could be in Canada right now. She's okay, kind of introverted. We don't chat much. Is she a good fit for your brother, though? Like, do you approve of the wedding? Both Blands are married now. This is true. Martin is still my favorite one, though. Damn. Alright, what the fuck is this? I mean, there's more than 2 of us. He's happy, that's all I care about. Oh, good brother. How many brothers do you have? Give me the order of your brothers, like, by age. Do you approve of her lifestyle? That's a very good question. 2 brothers and 3 sisters? Martin Bland, I can be in the family still. There's a chance, man. There's a chance. She's a nurse. Two brothers. How many of your siblings are married? Did I meet any of your family at your wedding? I don't think I did. I don't think I talked to anybody except for who was at my table. Martin Bland, Martin Bland, Martin Bland, baby Bland, baby Bland. Where am I going? This way. Only me and my brother are married. One sister's engaged. Martin, I'm telling you, dude, there's a chance we can be in the family together still. You just gotta let me talk to your sister. Imagine how crazy that would be if I, like, actually became part of the Bland family, but like purely on accident. Like Martin didn't set me up or nothing. I'll take it. I don't need it, but I'll take it. Jones. Pseudobland. Well, it would actually be Martin Rez. 8 realms in 8 months. Oh, fuck me. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. This is impossible to do with lag. I'm missing a realm. The other 2 sisters would drive you to the brink. A sanctum key. The first key found here on the furthest rank, the second locked tight in the vault of a bank. The third is high up among all the clocks, and the fourth down below beneath all the docks. The fifth key is held by a king on his throne, the sixth in a station left by one of your own. The seventh is major if you draft it quite late. And the last key is waiting behind the last door of 8. Okay, so there's this one. The second key is locked tight, so that's the vault key. Martin Rez sounds cooler. Third is high up among all the clocks. Beneath all the docks. King on his throne. I'll take that, thank you. Freshly cut sapphires. The first time you draw a red room while drafting, you may remove it from today's draft pool. If you do, gain 1 gem and redraw floor plans. Okay. That's kind of cool. Sinclair, my guy. Epson, I don't know who you are, so. These clocks are pointed at 1:30. Wait a minute. Yeah, they are. Okay. But this one is pointed at, what is that? 9, 10, 10:32? 10:33? Oh, they're moving. There's a drawer there. The secret room is not as secure as you thought. We have your letters, 8 letters, 8 payments, 100 gold, instructions to follow. So we've already seen that. That's the ransom people. Marigold. Somebody screenshot this. I'm not going to do it myself. One sister's an RMT and the most psychotic one. The other is studying to be a nurse and had an obsessive personality. Okay, what is a RMT? And do I want to try and get more of these keys? Screenshot it. Thank you, Bear. Wow. Register massage therapist. I'll post it in the Discord. Thank you, Bear. Can a girl not have hobbies? No! Absolutely not. Not like that. Trophy there. There used to be a chess piece. Oh, there's the king. Okay. Don't post in the Discord? No, no, you can post in the Discord. No one said nothing. Nothing in this room really matters. Basement key. Yeah, obviously not. BRB not feeling great? Feel better, Ayla? Or else? I'll do the vestibule. Okay. Remove from today's pool. Bedroom, security room. No! I don't have... Oh, I don't have the gems for that. Okay, well, let's use a key to get in here. It would be weird to have your sister massage you. You know, I agree. I don't blame you for that. You can get confirmation from other people. Dude, just have your wife get a massage by her. Because it's not weird if your wife gets a massage. Coupon book. Whoa, what the fuck? Why did everything close? Wow, okay, I understand how this room works now. It's a fucked up room. But it doesn't really matter. There's a pawn in the walk-in closet. Oh, shit. All the pawns are on, well, with the exception of one, are on one file. Or rank. File? File. Hold on. Yeah, this one. Laboratory attic. We never figured out the lab. I'll remove that. Shit. I'm okay with freezing it, but we won't be able to do anything else. That's fine. If anything, I kind of want to see what is... I want to see what's in that door at the bottom. That shit's broken. Oh, come on. Where? What? Whatever. Alright, let's make our way down. Which will be this way. Billiard room, cloister, aquarium. Okay. I don't know that I'm gonna find all the secrets in this game. Like, I think I'd rather just watch a lore video now that we beat it officially. We already got that knight. There's a rook here. A rook in the nook. We ate that. Go down here. I'm back, but with gravel in me now? Ayla, what are you eating gravel for? What the fuck? The medicine? I've never heard of medicine called gravel. What the hell? That sounds dangerous. I don't know, man. Well, you're back at the perfect time because we're going to unlock a room that we found a key for. Canada only medicine. Okay, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why I wouldn't. Dude, our family had some stupid fucking money. Look at this. Oh, shit. This is the crest. What was the crest? I don't have any notes on it. Damn it. I remember Foggy. In the US, it's called Dramamine. What? Were there stars on it? Definitely wasn't that. I think it was that. It just makes you not throw up. Oh. Fuck. Can I make it out there? How do I get out? It was... I remember where it was. So let's try and get to it. Just a nausea relief medicine. Oh, okay. Dramamine. I really want to call it a day here and just fucking restart the game. Let me think. Is it fine if I do that? We already got the Sanctum key. Our assets are frozen. We don't... Like, I guess the only thing we could do... It's fine. Let's call it a day. Because this lag's ruining my life. Oh, hold on. I gotta play my chess move. No, I don't. Save and quit. Rolaids or Tums? Well, Tums isn't a nausea relief. It's more of like a... It's an antacid. I don't know what Rolaids are. Okay, we're going to restart the game. Hold on. I have been pinged. Oh, Bear, thank you so much for my riddle. I really appreciate it. That is not a snide comment. I genuinely do appreciate it. While Venti is off doing Venti things. Garden Shopping Center. Garden Shopping Center. Antacids confused with anti-nausea medicine. Chat, what do I want for dinner? I already had wings this week. I don't want wings. I'm not feeling tacos or burrito. I know, weird for once in my life. There are your options. Pizza. Fuck! Sydney, come back. Rat poison. Eat shit. Hi, March. We beat the game. You missed it. L. Don't be laggy, please. Sydney, come back. We miss you. Your own toes? Well, I don't know why I do that when I can just eat Ayla's toes. It's still lagging. hold on. Brightness 5, switch monitors. There's no reason for it to be... I don't know, 144. Let's see if that does anything. I kind of did. Get Greek food? Oh, bear. I fuck with Greek food so heavy. So heavy. What do we want here? Tool shed, tomb. Give me the tool shed. I've never had Greek food. Hey, look, considering you eat like exclusively chicken nuggets, I don't know that you'd like it, but it's very delicious nonetheless. Okay, Greek food's a good idea, but I don't know that I want it. So we'll continue. What else we got? It's an option. I'm not going to throw it out the window yet, but it is an option. What else is over here? See, there's something over here, but we don't know what it is. Like, and I don't know how to light these, so I can't even see. Can I get anything on these boxes? Whatever, man. Chicken fingers. No. Nice try. You could get pasta. I'm thinking about all the places around me. There is annoying amounts of Mexican food around me. But I do fucking love Mexican food. Why you say pasta? Do you say pasta? Oh my god, you Canadian fuck. That's so weird. Okay, where was our thing? Okay, I mean, there was a pawn here. There was a rook here. The king was up here. The queen is obviously there. I saw a knight here. And I don't know where the bishop goes. Fuck. I'm absolutely doing this wrong. But how good are we at guessing? Not very. Alright, whatever. Am I a disgrace? Yes. Who says pasta? Pasta. Red banners, Marshall, fog. Okay. Red banners, Marshall, fog. I swear I had this. So yeah, it's squiggle. Marshall is the mountain looking thing. Fog has to be that. I agree with Suda. I've never heard someone say pasta, but I don't go out much. What? So it's weird because the only other person I've heard say pasta is another Canadian, and it's Northern Lion. But he says a lot of things weird. He's the only other person I've heard say pasta. I say pasta when I'm trying to sound stupid. Like how I say bagel. Do you say bagel or bagel? Your way, bagel? Bag L? No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. You're lying to me. Ayla's calling you stupid? No, I'm not calling Ayla stupid. March, you are stupid, but Ayla's not. Where is there any... No. Bagel? Bagel? Dude. Bag L. There's still so much in this game. I feel like I've just scratched the surface. I do have a small speech impediment, but that's not a speech impediment thing. That's like somebody taught you the wrong way to say it, and you've been saying it wrong your whole life. That bag taking L's. So blame my parents? Your parents are wrong. Subnormal intellect? Well, no, because Northern Lion's one of the smartest people that I've ever seen. And he says it dumb. Alright. No. Yes. No. No. Nope. Yes. Hold on. There it is. God, there's so many of these. That's literally it. Am I doing something wrong here? I don't think I am. So it's weird, right? I think we have to somehow match it up to what it exactly looks like. Okay, hold on. Hold on, hold on. I just need to know what it looks like again because I forgot. So I'm finding out. All right, I got it. Okay. Like that. Okay, like that. No. 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 Yes. Yes. What? That should have been it. Wait, we do have notes. Is there another dial or something I'm missing? Say bagel, like seagull. Oh, okay. You say bagel right then. Where's Venti? I need Venti again. This is how it's supposed to be, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm like 16% sure. Give me another word? I don't got any more words. That's the only one I got. Let me see. All right, whatever, too late. We're going to look it up ourselves. Here we go. Okay, it is... Nope. Like that. No. Yep. That one. And then alternating dots. This one. All right. But you're missing information? Well, we've seen it because it's in a book. And I've gotten that book. When black tiles are pressed, the entire row shifts to the right, as if on train rails. What? BRB, okay. Ah, okay. Pill reminder losers. Like that, like this. The entire row shifts to the right. Okay, and that makes it go up or down. Shift U. I need to get this yellow tile. What? Huh? Huh? There we go. Well, no, because then the yellow tile needs to be over here. Fuck! How is it shifting to the right? Okay, we need to get 2 greens on this. 2 greens on this. So there only needs to be 1 green. How do I get the greens to go up is the question. Okay, yellow. That gets the greens to go down. I don't even know what you're trying to solve. Okay, I need to get the yellow. That's fine. Swap. Got it. Oh my god. Alright, what's this? What now? 8 realms in 8 months. The objective was simple enough, but in what order? What route and where to start? Questions like these are the ones I tend to ignore, as planning has never been my strong suit. Well then, in the true spirit of adventure, I have departed, forsaking both map and plan as it happens. The road has taken me south. It seems fitting to begin the journey visiting a fragment of the Old Kingdom, a landmark as black in realm as it is in name, and a story I feel closely connected to. Dope, dope. That doesn't mean jack shit to me. This crazy ass old geezer, dude. This god dang puzzles. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing here. Let's go ahead and save and quit. We're gonna watch a lore video on this shit. I think that's the best course of action here. Where is this game? Okay. Venti, where were you? I needed you.
The Blueprints
Okay.
starts out as a story about a young boy trying to earn his inheritance of a magical estate in the mountains. But if you look deep into
That's
the
so
corners,
loud.
you'll quickly discover a story that spans generations, is filled with political intrigue, and even gets a little Ocean's
All right.
11-y. Uncovering that history requires looking at hundreds of items around the Mount Hollow
Okay, Barrett,
estate,
good night.
and it's kind of a lot of work. So I put this video together for those of you who love the game, but have, like, I don't know, a kid or something, or just really want to know. Obviously, massive stories
I'm gonna start looking for
are
food.
inbound. So if you want to figure things out yourself, now's the time to click off. I won't be spoiling specific puzzle solutions, but I will be showing what happens when you figure puzzles out and a lot of the later game areas. So if you want, you could always just listen. Timestamps are below if you want to skip around. Let's get into it. The story of what happens...
Sorry, hold on. I'm changing the audio property. This should be on... media?
Mount Holly is deeply connected to the history of Arindia, the lands of the Eastern Waters. The first detailed knowledge we have is of King Orus, who settled the middle continent of the Eastern lands. The official color of his kingdom was black, which you'll find referenced in a...
Oh, we just did that. We just did that.
We also know that the ancestors of King Orus came from the south and had access to magic of some sort. They figure
What?
in the story
Magic?
we don't know much about them.
I guess it makes
The king
sense.
of the land split the domain into 3 realms, one for each of his children: Arch Ares, Araja in the south, and Arinda Ares. Quick note that Arindia is the whole landmass, and the heritage, Arinda, refers to the realm.
Okay.
A massive rail system was created to connect all 3 realms, helping them grow together economically. Our story really begins with the rule of King Desolé III in the 4th era.
Desolé.
Coming mispronunciations. Desolé was known as the king of the people and had a populist approach to his rule. He moved his castle from the mountains of Reddington to the city of Orus to symbolize his commitment to the people. This approach caused tensions between the king and the nobles of the city of Fen, who resented this kind of populist point of view. Once Desolé III died, and his much less loved son, Desolé IV...
Of course, it's magic. Yeah, I figured that out, Minion.
Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. In response to this, King Desolé IV mobilized his armies to deal with what he called the insurrection. But what happened was an abject slaughter of the Fen people. One so bad that it galvanized the neighboring countries of Nuance and Arch Ares to join forces with the city of Fen against the king. The war lasted for 22 years. In 1886, the city of Fen was victorious. General Teskin was crowned king of what was now known as Fen Ares. The surviving descendants of the Desolé family line escaped to Araja, where they would live in exile. In Fen, histories and dissenting opinions were censored. Society became stratified, with separate worlds for the aristocracy and the
Wow. Sound familiar, my fellow Americans?
general public. The railroad that spanned the 3 realms was destroyed. The crown of Arinda was redone in the colors of Fen, red, the color that was every child's favorite color, red and only red. Fen had become an authoritarian regime, and the history of Arindia had been erased.
So I grew up in Fen.
In 1912, the Mount Holly estate was passed on to Baroness Aruve, our player character's great-grandmother on his grandfather's side, the Sinclair side. The Baroness was a remarkable architect. It was her who designed the original runes for the entire Mount Holly estate. The estate was situated in the mountains near Reddington and infused with the magic of the land, allowing architects to add and change runes in the state as they wished. This magic was well known to the realm and had existed since at least the time of King Orus, but likely comes from the ancestors. Soon after moving into the estate, Aruve's husband, Baron Thomas Sinclair, hired the Rutherford Mining Company to excavate underneath the main building. In 1916, the excavation team uncovered a black print, a very old blueprint type linked to the time of King Orus.
We never found that.
They discovered the tomb of King Desolé III. The Mount Holly estate was built upon the ruins of the original castle of King Orus of Arinda. In 1918, the excavation was shut down for unknown reasons, and construction...
Chat, we have 2 options. Do I get Mexican food or Indian food? I've decided that Mexican is fine now, but it's between those 2. Discuss amongst yourselves.
Began on another part of the estate, what I'm assuming would become the modern sanctum. The presence of the ruins under the estate was kept secret, but regardless, the word passed amongst the Fen elite that the Sinclair family were Arindan sympathizers. Their reputation suffered. Tomas and Lady Aruve had 2 children who grew up in the estate. Herbert, the oldest, and Simon's granduncle, and Simon Sr., his grandfather. As the oldest, Herbie inherited Thomas's fortune and company. Baron Herbert Sinclair was a lover of games and puzzles, even writing a weekly puzzle column for the Reddington newspaper. He never married and never had children. He tended to live a solitary
Oh my god, I need one, only one.
For his family. His closest relationship outside of his family seems to be with his valet of 40 years, partly Rota.
He does say he really likes the valet.
Herbert says, I had always known that this letter could give me the perfect opportunity to finally express myself, uninterrupted by you and unfettered by social graces. But I don't feel the inclination to say aloud what has always been unsaid between
Is he gay?
And in a letter to Simon found in the tomb, Herbert says, what point is there to live another's life for the sake of our own? I think all of this is a strong indication that Herbert was gay, and that he shunned that identity, or likely worse.
Happy Pride Month!
Herbert's brother Simon married Lady Clara Epstein.
Indian? Fuck both
and
of you.
In January of 1958, their daughter Mary, our player character's mother, was born.
I was wrong.
In a letter written in Arabian and helpfully translated by someone I'll shout out in the description, Lady Clara reveals to Mary that she is a genre. What does that mean? There's not much to go on, but I believe genre is a family line of Arajan royalty. We do know that after fleeing to Araja after the war, the grandson of King Desolé IV married someone in the genre family. And
Heads is Indian. Tails is Mexican. Alright, Indian.
in 1924, they had a daughter, Caitlin, who we know as Lady Clara. Mary and her son Simon are royalty, descended from the Desolé line. Lady Clara had lived her early life in Araja, but it seems like her marriage to Simon was, at least in part, a political maneuver to secretly bring Arindian royalty back to their native country on the site of their ancestral castle. While this seems like it was part of a plan to return the land to Arindan rule, by the end of her life, Lady Clara seems to have grown disillusioned with that idea. In the same letter to Mary that reveals the truth about her lineage, she tells her daughter to go south and build her future there. Mary was a creative and idealistic child. She lived in Featherkeep with her parents, but often visited the estate of Mount Holly and was close to her uncle Herbert, who affectionately nicknamed her Marigold, a name she would later use as her pseudonym. After returning home from college, Mary married her partner Daniel, and they moved into a house in Reddington. On January 28, 1979, their son Simon, our player character, was born. Though it's not clear when she found out, at some point Mary became aware that she was descended from Arindian royalty. This knowledge and her distaste for the oppressive rule of Fen moved her towards acts of resistance. Simon's birth was a profound experience for Mary, crystallizing her values and political beliefs. She wrote her newborn son a book called The Blueprints, in which the young blue prince lives
never
in a
read
house
that.
full of red lies, but manages to find the one blue truth. The book was never published, but its themes and symbols would be present in her future work as a children's author. Her first published book was The Red Prince, and was published under the name Marion Marigold. Ostensibly written as a children's book, Mary's early draft shows her intention for it to function as a political critique of people's unthinking adoption of the Fen way of life. Initially ending with the prince breaking free of the red obsession and discovering the color blue, Mary had to change the ending for it to be published, as it was considered too political.
Ah, that makes sense.
In 1983, Mary's mother, Lady Clara, passed away. The next year, Mary created 3 aliases, complete with fake Fen passports. At this point, she was now an active member of an anti-Fen underground movement called the Children of Blackwater. Also around this time, she published another book called Swimbird, about a daring bluebird who is pressured by those around him to conform to a life he does not want. At some point, Mary got a public reputation for being anti-Fen, and in letters, her family members speak of the social challenges she faced due to that reputation. Caleb Manning, a friend of Mary's, was a controversial author in Fen and also a member of the Children of Blackwater.
Alright, food ordered.
In 1979, he published The History of Arindia, a book that wore its criticism of Fen and longing for the Age of Arindia on its sleeve. In the very same year, a second edition of the book was published, redacted by Fen censors to remove criticism of their realm and any positive mentions of Arinda. In 1986, Caleb and his publisher Philip White, also a member of the resistance group, were detained by the Red Guard as persons of interest in a bombing in the city of Trinsdale that killed 4 people. Eventually, Caleb...
I wasn't paying attention. What happened?
Treason.
Chat, remember to like the stream. Subscribe if you're new.
Sent her and her compatriots on a mission to truly advance the Arindian cause. Mary began prepping for this mission, securing a hideaway in the ruins deep under the estate. She created fake admins in the estate's Blackbridge network and planted emails suggesting that there was a plot to murder her to provide
What?
cover for her escape.
Is Mary Marion?
As her final public act, Mary published the book A New Clue.
I was right then. Marion is her mother. His mother.
Simon to information she had planted in Mount Holly that would lead him to the Arindian ruins buried underneath the estate, where he would find the black print for the castle's throne room. On February 21st, 1987, Mary disappeared after a meeting at the 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. For 6 months, she, Caleb Manning, who
She
had
went
escaped
missing,
jail
yeah.
in one way or another, and Philip White lived in the safe house under Mount Holly.
Damn.
At night, they used the drafting magic of the house to practice their fundamental goal, stealing the ruby crown of Arindia from the Royal Museum of Fen. The day before the heist, Mary writes a letter saying, "Tomorrow we will reclaim our birthright. Tomorrow the crown of Arindia will finally return to Oris." Mary also leaves one final clue for her son, a drawing to guide him to the tomb of King Desolé III, where he'll find the Key of Ares. In September, assisted by 2 guards sympathetic to their cause, the children of Blackwater infiltrated the Royal Museum and stole the crown. After the heist, Baron
Hi, Ayla. Welcome back.
smuggled Mary across the southern border to her family's land of Araja. In public, as part of his promise to Mary to insulate Simon from his mother's action, Herbert endorsed the cover-up that Mary was murdered. Stealing the crown was only part of the plan. The children of Blackwater would remove the crown's red sapphires, replace them with blue stones, and add a blueprint cloth. It's a little chintzy, right?
Okay.
Once remade, it would be returned to the Mount Holly estate, waiting for Simon. This is the last we hear of Mary. We know that she had hoped to be reunited with her son 2 years after the heist, but for some reason that did not happen. It's unclear where she is, or even if she's alive. In the early 90s, 8 incriminating letters were stolen from the Mount Holly estate. Collectively, the letters told the secrets of the Mount Holly estate, Mary, the children of Blackwater, and revealed the true intentions of the Sinclair and Epson family.
Ooh.
Herbert received a notice stating that he was to pay $100 for each stolen letter. The letters were stolen by a bitter employee, groundskeeper Denny Ravane.
Ah.
Denny had created the flower gems that appear in the estate's gardens, but was angry when the Baron's company decided to keep that invention quiet and use it for themselves as a source of drafting materials. But it's unlikely he was the actual blackmailer. He was much more interested in making moonshine and selling it out of the estate's billiard room.
The mice will play.
The blackmailer's tone and approach was much more professional. In fact, in the final letter to Herbert, the blackmailers express regret for their actions and note that they actually sympathize with the pro-Arinda leanings the blackmail letters revealed. After the letters were returned, the Baron decided that they would be a good way to show Simon the truth about his family. He placed the letters in safes across the estate and hid clues in the paintings and the freezer room to help guide the boy to them. The Baron passed away in 1993. In his last will and testament, he bequeathed the Mount Holly estate to Mary's son Simon, under the condition that Simon find the 46th room of the estate, the Baron's study, which contained the redone crown. The goal of finding room 46 was presented to Simon as a way of teaching him a lesson on the importance of personal drive or something. But in reality,
Or something.
it was the first step in a journey designed by his mother and the Baron that they hoped
Dog!
to guide Simon to
You can
find
pet the
his
dog!
heritage. By following the clues left by his mother and uncle, by exploring the estate, Simon learned the truth. That he was in line for the throne of Arinda, that his mother had been working to resist Fen and restore Arindian rule, and that now it was up to him to either continue that quest or not. After drafting the throne room from the black print his mother guided him to, Simon had one more quest. He gathered the crown from room 46, the royal scepter, using the Key of Ares he found in the tomb of Desolé III, and finally, a stone effigy, a mysterious cursed object from the time of the ancestors. With these in hand, Simon enters the throne room, which then ascends to a new version. The colors that fly in this new version are no longer the black of Arindia Ares. They are something new, a color not used by any of the realms of the world. The color blue. The color of the sky. The color of creation. The color of his mother's hope for the future of her people and her son. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a good one.
Damn. So he inherits not only the throne, but he inherits an entire country, right? So pretty much all of this was we're pissed off at how things are shaping out in the world, like with political nonsense, whatever. We're gonna steal the red sapphire crown, and bring it back to Oris or whatever, and then I guess the mother has to go into hiding because she's a criminal now. The Baron Sinclair is like, okay, I support this. I'm gonna protect your son, and as a matter of fact, your son is also gonna inherit the estate, for my own personal reasons, whatever. And then, since the mother left all these clues, she's like, okay, well, my son's gonna be the new king of Arinda. I don't know where. And then he gets the fucking throne room going for him. What the hell, dude? There is so much in this game. I genuinely think we didn't even get 50% of what's actually in this game. There's zero chance we got even 50%. This game has been so well thought out, so meticulously planned, so insanely maneuvered around, on top of it being extremely unique based off of, you know, every single day it's different. Well, the roguelike aspects are not necessarily unique, but being in an estate where all the rooms are different and you kind of have to plan how you're going to tackle it. It's the exact same map, but with a different map, if that makes sense. It's this, they have put so much effort and thought into this game. It makes you like really appreciate just how good of a storyteller these people actually are. This, whoever the company that made this game is. Like, it's not just a quick, oh, I escaped from whatever. We solved the puzzle, here we go. This shit is fucking... It has so many deep layers to it. It has so many deep layers to it. And we barely scratched the surface. We spent fucking 16, 18 hours on this game, and we barely scratched the surface of just how intense and insane it all is. That is fucking... That's props, man. That's insane. I can't imagine how difficult it was. And the game runs really well. You know, minus today with the lagging, but we fixed that. The game runs really well. There was no glitches. It was all consistent. No issues with anything. The amount of time and effort they put into this game costs like either 20 or 30 bucks. This fucking game is a $60 game, man. I personally argue this is a $60 value that they're giving for $30. Shit's half off. Hold on. Let's see the summer sale and see how much it costs right now. Right now it's $25 because of the summer sale. Oh my god. Absolutely bonkers game. Absolutely bonkers. I want to leave a review on this game. Let me read the other reviews. Hold on. We're going to go to downtime. Indie games will kill AAA games someday. I know it. They're already on their way to doing so, you know? What has AAA released recently that is, like, even holds a candle to it? Elden Ring and Night Rain? Okay, what else? Like, there really hasn't been much insane AAA game stuff going on. Maybe Cyberpunk? Does Cyberpunk count as a AAA? Hold on. Where are the reviews? Oh, people are upset that it doesn't have a save and quit feature because you have to call it a day. People are upset. The thumbs downs on this are people upset that they couldn't figure it out. Yeah, that was 5 years ago. See, it's like Dude. Apparently there's multiple endings. To me, this game is a masterpiece. Game's so good that I refunded Xbox Game Pass to fully purchase it. Damn, dude. I love the need to keep an IRL journal to take notes. Yes! That's like another insane part about it, is that you have to keep some sort of notes or you're going to have a hard time doing it. At least the average person will, right? We had our Excel sheet. Granted, I didn't keep it well maintained, but we do have it. I'm going to save it, close it. We're never opening that again. Like, that's fucking insane, dude. There have been games where I was absolutely like, okay, I can definitely use a journal for this or like some sort of form of notes, but I was way too stubborn to. And it worked out. I didn't have to do it in the end. The game that comes to mind is Homebody. But this is a game where I was like, oh my god, if I don't take notes, I'm never going to beat this shit. Ever. Ever. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. 11 out of 10 game. All right, well, whatever. We're going into just chatting now until my food gets here and I end stream. How are y'all doing today? Minion, what are you doing for your birthday with your friends? Anything special? I mean, obviously, you're hanging out with your friends, but, like, what are you doing? Has anybody bought any fun games from the summer sale? Anything that you think I should buy? Ayla, I will say Date Everything is not on sale, but I will play it at some point because it looked fun. Just hanging out at my home. Okay, fair. There's a game I want to buy, but I'm gonna gatekeep it from you all until it's ready to come out. It's not released yet. There's only a demo. Let's see. What do I have here? What the fuck? Summer sale on now. Yes, I know. I don't know if the next game we play is going to be a scary game or not. I'm feeling like we should, just to mix it up a little bit. I don't know. I really like this game because it had a lot of story and stuff, which was nice. It had a lot of story, but it didn't... And honestly, it was mostly walking, but it didn't feel like a walking simulator, you know? Oh, we need to rate the game. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I can't be forgetting that, dude. Game review. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Expand. Okay. My side? Me side? All right. So we're going to add blueprints here to the bottom. Format painter for that. Okay. Drag this down. Yep. Okay, what do we got? Story, if any. I mean, it was really hard to find all the story, but I would give it a 9 at the very least. Sound design, I fucking loved all the sound in this game. It was great. 10. Gameplay. 10. I can't even argue with it. It was great. The mechanics were a 10. The ending, we didn't particularly figure out the ending properly, you know? So I feel like you got to play it. Like, you can get to the end as we did and not know what's going on. So I'm going to give it a 7. Visuals, I did like the art style. The people kind of looked funny. I'll give it an 8. Cohesiveness, insanely cohesive. 10. Total playtime. Let me check. Hold on. 19.7 hours. That is a solid 9.0. You can't see that. Fuck. That is a 9.0 on our scale. Blueprints 9.0. How do I... Here we go. Just do that and then go down. We're filling this bad boy out. Hold on. I want to... How do you... Is it page layout? Headings. I want to freeze the header. Data? Page layout. Insert. Header and footer, no. I want to, like, freeze it. You know what I mean? But I don't remember how to do that. I always forget how to do this shit. Freeze the top row. Sort. Consolidate. No. Review. View. I didn't know Excel had a dark mode. What the fuck? Freeze panes. Here we go. Freeze top row. Sick. There we go. My site is also part of the summer sale. Let me look at it. All right. Store. Store again. Hello? I don't want to be on the wish list. My side. Let's imagine that you have a game in which you care for a character, but could you imagine one day getting into that game yourself? Minion, is this a horror game or is it just a regular adventure game? It looks like a regular adventure game. I'm being attacked by 3 beagles. Aloha, you are living my dream, and I'm pissed off at you for that. It's an indie game that's really good. People are calling it a AAA killer too. Add to cart. That's a horror game. All right, I'm in. You got me. I'm down. I'm down to clown. Aloha Doodles, we have beaten the game. I'm sorry to tell you, we have beaten the game. We also watched a lore video on it. Apparently, we didn't even get, like, half of the information out of that game from beating it. Doki Doki Literature Club inspired, but not as dark. Okay, that's good, because that game was fucked. Yeah, so we watched the lore video, and I was like, holy shit, we did not hit half of this at all. This game is fucking crazy. Oh my god. I really tried to get here on time, but I was the last trainee at work. That's fine, no worries. So, it was funny because I booted up the game. By the way, Aloha, sorry, you're part of this deal now. I booted up the game. Chat was saying he's not going to finish it today. And I said, all right, fine, motherfuckers. If I finish it, then you have to comment on the VOD one nice thing about me. One genuine nice thing about me. And Venti said, deal, but if you don't finish it, then you have to individually comment one nice thing about all of us in the Discord and pin it. So, on our first run, we beat it. First run of the day, and we beat it. So, you're part of the deal now. Now you have to comment one nice thing about me. Venti is your champion, and she made the rules. And now you all are suffering the consequences. I was gonna watch the VOD anyway. It was a really good ending. Like, well, okay, so we did the Excel spreadsheet. Let me pull that up for you. We did the Excel spreadsheet for blueprints. It ended up coming out with an overall score of a 9. Story, I gave a 9. Sound design, 10. Gameplay, 10. Mechanics, 10. Ending was a 7 just because we didn't get the ending right away. Or, like, the full ending. And I think I'd have to play for at least another, like, 50 hours to understand the full game. Visuals were an 8. It was great art, but like the people looked kind of funky. And we saw a dog in the review video, and that looked weird. Cohesiveness 10. It was an extremely well thought out game. And 20 play hours, just under. 9.0 score. I should highlight this one a different color because this doesn't go with the... Yeah, there we go. That doesn't go with the whatever. Damn. I've streamed for 5 years and these are the games that we've beaten. That's sad. That's so sad, chat. I guess 2 of those years was purely, well, 2.5 was purely Minecraft, but still. I don't finish games. Fuck me, man. Oh, great game. I'm glad that I saw it through. That was very fun. Very, very fun. I hope it inspires some people in chat to get the game, play it, and find all the secrets and everything. Because even if you know how to solve a lot of it, you still have to get to that point, you know? You have to figure out where everything is. You have to get lucky on certain aspects. You have to plan your routes. You have to do all that shit. You have to keep your journal. I still want to play it for sure. What I do also really like about this game, I know it's not listed as a horror game, and it's not a horror game. That's what I like about it. Is there's some parts where you're like, holy shit, this is a scary area. I wonder if something's going to pop out at me. And it never happens. Good. Because my heart would not fucking take that shit. I did not want that to happen. What is this? Add it to cart. What is this? Sonic clone. Okay. It's inspired me to make a game as good as that or better. Minion, are you going to college for game design? I don't think I've ever asked you this. What is this game? Doesn't look like something I'd like. Yeah? Whoo, buddy. You're in for a doozy. Who would go to college to learn game design or coding? Needs, I tell ya. Nerds. I was like, needs, okay. Venti, what are you going to school for? Ah, shit, my food's almost here. Well, whatever. That's fine. Coding. Chat, I learned how to code in Rust, and let me tell you, it's the most sadistic, masochistic shit I've ever learned in my life. But it's so good. Oh my god. After coding in Python and MATLAB for most of my life, coding in like a language like Rust just blows everything out of the water. It's crazy. I love it. But I fucking hate it so much. It's the worst, best coding language I've ever experienced. Ooh, what is this game? It's got a whole like anime intro. What the fuck? I think it's a rhythm game. I got a 98 in my game design class. Dang, Minion. What were you, so in your game design class, were you coding things? And if so, what language were you using? I imagine most of the time for coding stuff, it's like C#, right? I'm pretty sure. C++ might be a little overkill for a lot of things. Date everything. What is this? Nah. Game design 12 was just make your own game because we've taught you lots. Dang, that's cool. Woo, C#, woo! C#, yeah. Totally didn't cause me absolute pain. Nope, not at all. You know, Venti, you can always ask me for help if you need help with coding. But it is annoying. What if I want to code in B flat? There is a coding language called B, I think. Not basic, but B. Specifically B. Not anymore. They don't use it anymore. It's an old language. It came before C, believe it or not. I know. Crazy, right? I don't think it's basic. I think it's just B. C++ is used for a lot more AAA games. That makes sense because you're worried extremely about efficiency and memory allocation. So that makes sense because AAA games tend to be a lot bigger in size. So you want to really get down to the real fucking roots of what you can do with a program and make sure everything's optimized. The real fucking pain was CSS. Yep. I hate CSS with a burning passion. CSS and HTML, I hate them. Oh my god. I also really fucking hate JavaScript. JavaScript is the devil. Maybe we should play Slay the Spire. I don't know that y'all would like that, though, so maybe not. I hated CSS and HTML, too. I promise you that feeling never goes away. They're always going to be shit. You're always going to hate them. If you ever get the opportunity, you should learn Rust, though. Rust is a very cool language. If you're already learning C#, Rust is going to be a lot easier to learn, but it's still going to be tough. Down with CSS and HTML, they suck. So, Venti, you're not the first person who's had that idea. As a matter of fact, hundreds and thousands of people have had that idea. The issue is that they're so universal around the world in everything that it's nearly impossible to get rid of them now. That's the fucking problem. Oh, it's so annoying. It's like somebody created the most shit thing ever. It was the best thing at the time. Everybody adopted it, and then everybody was like, all right, well, it sucks, but we're just going to make it work. Pretty sure my college class is going to teach us C++. Yeah, nope, that makes sense. It's a very important language to learn. I don't know it, but I know very basic of it. I couldn't write a full program in it. C++ is going to make you want to rip your hair out, I promise you. It's going to be great. You're going to hate it. C++ is fucking insanity. Rust is like C++ if C++ didn't suck ass. And to be fair, C++ doesn't suck ass. It's just C++ is just gives a lot of power in the coder's hands, in the developer's hands. Where Rust is like, I'm putting up safety rails because your dumbass definitely does not mean to do X, Y, and Z. And there's no reason that C++ should let you do X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to force you to not do it. Which is really nice. There's one guy in my college class that every time we had a coding class, he brought up C++. Don't be that person. I hate that fucking person in class. Professor, in C++, we actually do it like this. Is this the same? Is there any parallels between that? Oh my god! And everybody in chat, everybody in chat is like, "Oh my god, please, guy, go home. We get it. You took one coding class in high school." Some other programs attached to my course include 3D modeling, which is really cool because it's kind of important for game design. Bad Suda. I'm giving Venti PTSD. My whole degree was centered around 3D modeling, believe it or not. And I don't do any of it. I don't do a single thing of 3D memory, 3D modeling. Isekai Sex Boutique. Okay. The memories, the horrors, the horrors. Venti's life is in shambles now that I reminded her about this. What? What? I'm sorry, what? Mortal Kombat! Woo! Mortal Kombat 1! Yeah. God of War Ragnarok. Woo! Maybe we should play God of War. I've never played a God of War game. Blasphemous? It looks interesting. Goat Simulator 3. Sounds like a fun one. Something about Isekai? Isekai? I'm not familiar with that, Venti. I don't know what you're talking about. Expedition 33. Don't angry face me. Don't treat me like a fool. I'm not treating you like a fool. I'm treating you like an idiot, but not a fool. What is this game? Expect a very angry Venti in Discord. Well, I expect a very nice Venti in my VOD comments. Single world MMORPG. You spelled it wrong, so Suda isn't entirely incorrect when he said he's never heard of something like that. Yes! This is the most amazing game of all time. It may have saved my marriage. Oh my god. What? Hold on, I'm reading this. This is the most amazing game of all time. It may have saved my marriage. My wife left to do some errands and assumed I was going to do nothing but play video games all afternoon, which was my plan. I loaded up Bitcraft and started chopping wood. It took a few minutes to fill up my cart, and I just stared at the screen watching the numbers go up. Then I noticed all the trash in the computer room, so I started chopping a tree in game, and while I waited, I picked up all the trash. I then moved to another tree and started chopping, and I noticed the trash cans were overflowing, so I quickly emptied the trash cans and took the trash out. I then had enough wood, so I started slowly walking back to the crafting area. While I was walking back to town, I noticed there was still laundry in the washing machine, so I quickly put that in the dryer and started it. Once I got back to town, I started crafting the first steps towards making fuel for the forge. I remember that the kitchen was a mess when I was coming back from the laundry room, so while I waited for the crafting to finish, I cleaned the dishes and started the dishwasher. I then noticed step 1 was complete, so I had to take a few minutes to strip my logs to make boards. So I went back to the kitchen to finish wiping up the counters and had enough time to sweep the floor. I returned to my computer to find the logs were stripped and so I could start working on boards. While the crafting was going, I made a quick path through the living room, straightening up the couch, cleaning trash off the coffee table, and putting away some board games. By then, I saw my boards were done and went to the forge. I then realized I had gone a step too far. I needed stripped logs, not boards, so I started walking back out to the forest. It was about that time my wife came home expecting to yell at me for being a lazy bum. She was amazed, thinking I had spent the entire time cleaning the house instead of playing video games. She immediately threw herself at me, and we made love on the floor for a passionate 2 minutes, which was about the time it took my character to finish walking to the forest so I could start chopping wood again. What? Oh my god, that's so good. Dude, that is so good. What the hell? What in the shit, dude? Holy crap. I love that. I love that. Wow. Hi, in chat. Is my food here yet? Almost. Stupid ass spelling. The Romaji spelling. Have you seen pterodactyl? Okay, well, I didn't come up with pterodactyl, so you can call it stupid all you want. Did you do it? Augie Bean! Augie Bean, my bestie. I did it. I did it. We beat the game. What the fuck was that isekai game? I don't remember. I don't remember. I remember talking about it. I don't remember it. I'm so happy for you. Great job. Thank you. Augie Bean, you're now part of the deal that was made. So a deal was made, and it was that if I beat the game today, everybody in chat has to comment one nice thing about me in the comments of this VOD. I beat the game, so now you all have to do it. Also like the stream. Venti made the deal with me, and Venti also said, okay, but if you don't, then you have to say something nice about people in Discord. It was a whole thing. Anyways. So that's them's the rules. Them's the rules. We also watched a lore video on the ending because I didn't like I got it, but I didn't get it, and there was so much that I did not get. When I rewatch it to see how to beat the game. I'll tell you, Augie, we did not do anything special today at all. At all. So I did it in one run. One singular run. All we did was from the last stream, we went all the way to the antechamber, and then we walked through the 46th room. That's it. That's what we did. So, like, today's VOD is not necessarily going to give you information on how to beat it. So you still have to do it, though. Hold on, I'm going to get my food from outside. Give me 1 second. Wait, do I have a BRB screen? You know, I'm just going to do this. Boop. BRB. Venti's in charge while I'm gone. Bam! Venti is no longer in charge. Compliment Augie. Augie is incredible and very special to me because whenever I have issues and I need to vent to somebody, Augie is always there for me to do so. And I really love talking to her. Thank God I'm not in charge anymore. I was panicking. You did the right thing. Subscribe, like the stream, compliment Augie. Oh, man. So, yeah, fantastic game. I rated it a 9 out of 10. I highly recommend this game to anybody who wants to play it. I like chat and just try to be nice. Well, you do a great job of it. Even when you're not having a great day, you always are like, okay, well, I'm still going to be nice to Suda. I'm socially awkward, so it's hard. You're really not. My crush had a date to prom, was asked out by a friend of mine who didn't know last minute before prom. So prom kind of sucked. Although I don't think it went well. Okay, hold on, Minion. Hold on. We need more information on this, brother. We need so much more information on this. Your friend didn't know. Fair. She said yes to that, but... was she into your friend, or... did... I'm upset because she said yes anyways. Last minute before prom. Hold on. How last minute is last minute? Was this before you asked her out or after you asked her out? The Beagles are sleepy now? Like the day of prom? Okay. Why did she say yes? Did she tell you? Why did she say yes, and why do you think it went poorly? Maybe testing the waters? Panic at the disco. Suda's questions are better. I don't think Minion asked her to prom. There's so much information I need from this, Minion. Like, if there was a way for me to, like, visualize this in a movie format, I absolutely would. There's a cat? Aloha, where are you, bestie? Birthday soon could still be fun. Where a cat is? Is XD awake? XD, show yourself, coward. I'm 99% sure he only asked her so he could say, oh yeah, I have a date to prom. Okay, 99%. I don't know how you got that number, but that's a pretty high percentage. Let me message XD. Is your bitch ass awake? And when are you going to sleep? Bitch. Because when I asked him if he actually had feelings for her, he said, she's nice. That's all he said is, she's nice. Okay. Good information. The third beagle is trying to steal my goldfish. I thought they were sleepy. And also didn't know how to pronounce her name correctly. Red flag. Red flag. He just asked because? That's so... Okay, but did you talk to her at all about it, or no? Did he know you liked her, though? That's also important to know. Loads of questions. He did not know. Okay. I feel like Minion's struggling to answer all these because we're just throwing them at him. Did you invite her to hang out with you on your birthday? No. What was my other question? Oh, yeah. Did you talk to her about it? She could have just said yes as someone asked me yay. But then, you know, if you didn't ask, could have been the first one to ask. I was kind of not feeling it because, you know, yeah, no, fair. My bet is that she said yes because panic. I also agree that she probably said yes because panic. That seems like the most plausible reason, honestly. The guy didn't even know how to pronounce her name properly. After the fact that you talked to him about it. Yeah, no. No. Did you tell him afterwards that you had feelings for her and asked her on a date? Yes, because panic is so real. Post-work brain shutdown is happening. That's okay, Augie Bean. Do you think that defense is liable in court? I do think that defense is liable in court. Yes, because panic. Why were you the getaway driver? I don't know. He just came into my car and was very confident. I didn't know what to say, so I just started driving. I panicked, all right? I didn't know what else to do. Yes, and he was like, oh, well, you could ask her twin sister. She'd definitely say yes. What? She has a twin sister that likes you? What? Technically, there is a legal panic defense in some states, but that is not the same thing, and we do not want it to be legal. I don't know if she likes me. He said she'd definitely say yes. What the hell? Maybe he should have asked the twin. Yeah, why did he ask the fucking twin? Set him up with the twin, you go after your girl and have fun. What? Hold on. What kind of friend just says, well, you could ask her twin sister. She'd definitely say yes. Like, bro, if I told my friend I liked a girl that he asked out to prom on a whim, I'd expect, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I'll back off. Not, you should go after her twin, actually. What? a yes, or was it very hesitant? I mean, to be fair, I asked a girl to prom who I liked, and we didn't really know each other too well. I don't think that has anything to do with this. It just reminded me of that. Anyways, don't worry about it because I'm moving to Queens. That's not the answer I'd want. The panic defense is basically like justifying hate crimes. They asked me out and I didn't know they were gay, so I panicked and hit them. What? That's fucking insane. If he didn't know Minion liked the girl, and if Minion still never said he did, then the friend could genuinely just have wanted a date to prom. Same reason she said yes. Okay, so Augie, she said yes. Well, he asked her date of prom, and she said yes, day of prom, which is why I think it's a panic yes. This guy sounded like a fucking bitch, and I know a thing or two about being a bitch. He tried to show me the text, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. He did it over text? Over text. Minion, I don't like this guy. Is he gonna hang out with you during your birthday? Tie his shoelaces together. No? Good. There was a guy at my high school who asked everyone leaving the school if they would go to prom with him. What? Did anybody say no or yes? I'm sure a lot of people said no. He's moving to Queens, keep up, but maybe not yet. Minion's birthday party is in 2 days. If I didn't have a date to prom, I would have also probably said yes to the one who asked, if anyone. Augie, tell me about your prom. I'm curious about Augie's prom life. At Bear, go to sleep. He asked me and I said, no, I'm gay. Then he asked my best friend and he panicked and said, no, I'm also gay. And then he ran. No, I'm also gay. And then he's like, fuck, wait, that means, oh no. Also, I was watching him very closely. For 99% of the night, he was never around her at all. You're in the clear, Minion. You're in the clear. He 100% just wanted a date. You're totally in the clear. So, if it makes you feel any better, I don't know that it would, but the girl I asked to prom didn't even end up leaving with me that night. She left with her friends. It's not like she left with another guy, but still. Me and her ended up going to the same college. We didn't technically date, but we were talking for a very long time. And then I ended up breaking things off because I was like... What did I say? I ended up breaking things off because nothing was ever happening. Like, I would ask her on a date, and then she would say yes, and then, like, day of, she'd be like, oh my god, can I bring my cousin? And I was like, what? Why? So... And then she got really pissed off at my answer and was very mad at me for like a year. And then we started talking again, and now we're really good friends. I visited her a few months ago. I went home with my prom date and we made banana splits. Get wrecked, losers. Who was your prom date? He asked last minute, so they arrived separately and left separately too. Leaving separately is a good sign. That's a great sign. Dating my ex, we met with friends, had food, went to prom, there for 30 minutes, went to her house for after party, got blackout, basically threw up all over myself, and passed out locked in the bathroom. Augie, is this the X? Is this the Xbox Scooter X? She was a bad influence. Yeah? Ugh, I hate her so much. Yeah, Minion, you're in the clear. I wouldn't even worry about it, man. One of my best friends who I had a crush on at one point, but we basically had a queer platonic relationship. Whenever he tried to talk to her, her friends went on defense mode, but her friends like me. Oh! Do her friends know that you like her? I love hearing Sudarezz clicking in the background. Don't think so. Oh my god, Minion. You gotta have shooters. Hold on, I gotta paste Bear's Wordle. I went to prom with a cute girl is my point. Okay, fuck you. I also went to prom with a cute girl. We ended up going to college together, and I slept with her multiple times. Now, hold on. That does not mean I had sex with her. We did not have sex. We didn't have any form of sex. She literally came over, spent the night, and we slept in the same bed, and that was it. Not a huge deal. Well, I guess it depends on who you ask, right? For some people, that's a huge deal. For us, it was like, whatever. Imagine having a prom. Did you not have a prom? If we mean literally sleeping together, then same. Damn! Fucking aloha. Wish I had a different experience, TBH, but it was go with or get left behind across town at the middle of the night, or go with and drink or be ignored. It was rough. I want to have fun, but messed up. Hey, well, at least you're, what's it called? At least you've grown enough to realize that that wasn't necessarily the right play. So now in the future, your decisions will be better for something like that. So that's good. I don't like that I'm XD's color. How do I do this? Say something, Envy, Venti. That was so weird saying you by your real name. Rar. Blue. My prom, I ended up taking out a really nice car to prom. And I picked up the girl. We had a decent time. In hindsight, I probably would have not asked her. And I think our outcome would still have ended up the same of going through the dating nonsense in college to being really good friends to now. I think it would have ended up the same, but I think our prom experiences would have been a lot more enjoyable, both of us. This made me realize that she only said maybe to my date because she's testing the waters, not because she actually has feelings. If she said yes to him last minute to prom. Minion. I don't think that she said yes because she liked him. I think she panicked said yes. Yeah, much better now. TBH got the best boyfriend Augie could ask for and a lot more confident to trust myself and all of that good stuff. And also have Suda to tell you that you're being a dumb bitch. Drinking your dumb bitch juice. Hopefully. I'm pretty sure. I think she said yes because someone you didn't ask her. She could also be petty as fuck and was like, I'm gonna make Minion pissed off because he didn't ask me. She could be petty as all hell. Minya, you should just ask one of her friends, honestly. I don't know. That seems like a good scenario. Just ask one of her friends. I mean, you're going to college anyways. Who gives a fuck, right? Was she trying to spend time with him at all, or was it a neither actually want to be one with the other? Communication, y'all. It's important. True. Communication is arguably the most important thing in a relationship. I say arguably because for some people it might be sex. For me, it is definitely not sex. It's probably communication. I told my sister not to get into a relationship before she left for college. She didn't listen, and it did not end well. Classic error. The classic folly. Hey, Suda, you not throwing that run where you won made me really upset. Why? Why did that make you really upset? You didn't even tell me to throw the run, though. That's the thing. If you had told me, I would have at least considered it. I wouldn't have thrown it, but I would have considered it. Then Golden Hour started playing, and I just spaced out. Damn! Ah, Kiko! Kiko! Welcome in, Kiko viewers. What do we call you guys? Key comrades? Welcome in, Key comrades. How are y'all doing today? Thank you so much for the raid, Kikar. I appreciate it. What the fuck is that raid message, bro? Nah, bro. What the fuck is this raid message, dog? Excuse me? Who in their goddamn mind came up with this? Which one of you crazy-ass motherfuckers was it? Which one of you was it? Why am I being licked? Oh my god, who did that? It was Kiko? Alright, well, welcome in, everybody. I'm glad to have you all. We're talking high school drama right now. We played Blueprints. We beat Blueprints. It was an incredible game, 9 out of 10. If anybody has been thinking about playing this game, I highly recommend it. If you want me to do a bigger breakdown of it, I absolutely will. We have an Excel spreadsheet about video games that we rate. But I won't do it unless requested. 9 out of 10. I might play it tonight with my sis. Kiko, it was so incredibly good. It's very... Oh, okay, so some of the puzzles are relatively simple. Some of the puzzles are insanely difficult. But it's so good. I'm not going to spoil anything. All I'll say is that I beat the game. I got an ending. And the ending made little to no sense to me because I don't think I even touched 60% of that game. Like, genuinely, I don't think I hit 60% of the game. I played 20 hours of it. Crazy. About to steal that note sheet. If you want it, I'll give it to you. I don't care. There are different endings. I don't think there's different endings. It was more that I got the ending. Oh my god, Owen Larson, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. I don't think it was that there are different endings. I think it's that I got the ending and I didn't understand it. Can confirm Suda did not touch shit. Well, anyways, I hope you all had a fantastic time with Kiko. What was Kiko doing today? Hopefully something that didn't involve eyeballs and licking. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know. So many things. Crying. Kiko, were you crying? Kiko, oh, we're done now. I tried to play Silent Hill 2 and my PC gave up within 10 minutes. Is Silent Hill even like a beefy game? What happened? A little bit of everything. Playing No, I'm Not a Human. What? What are these games? Chat, did Kiko tell you where her 5th eyeball is? Because I haven't figured that out yet. Maybe one day. Silent Hill 2. that shouldn't be like a super crazy game, right? No, I'm Not Human was really fun. Let me see. No, I'm Not Human. She still hasn't told others where it is. Feels special because I know putting... I don't want to hear it from you, alright? Kiko, tell me where the fucking eyeball is. I need to know. I have to know. Chest, ankle, wrist? No. Kiko has 2 eyeballs on her face. 1 on her chest. 1 on her hand. And I don't know where the 5th one is. Back of her head? I feel like it's on her boob. I don't know which one. Eyeball on my big toe would be insane. And then another one, mystery. Ooh. Elbow for sure. Warning, stay inside, lock your doors, close the blinds, only let humans in, eliminate all visitors. An anxiety horror about paranoia. An anxiety horror about paranoia. Add to your wish list. Bottom of her foot. That would be so painful. Kiko, I gotta know where this eyeball is, please. Goodbye, I'll miss you, chat. Bye, Augie Bean. Thanks for hanging out. Love you, bestie. Oh my gosh. But anyways, we were talking about high school drama. Why does the whore have anxiety? Damn, it's me. I'm the whore with anxiety. One of our viewers, I'm not going to out them unless they say it themselves, is having girl issues. And we're walking him through it slowly but surely. To me, everything sounds fine to me. I don't know, but... You know, when you're, like, in love with somebody and you're... Well, I don't know about in love, but when you like somebody and you're that age, it kind of... It messes with your head, right? You know, it eats away at you, all the little things about it, all the minuscule details, you overthink them. So, we're walking him through it. It's you, Suda. It's not me. You a real one for real? I try to be. Inside her brain took Bloodborne too seriously. So let me give you guys the rundown. Minion, who has now outed himself, has liked this girl that he's been childhood friends with for a long time. And he finally was like, you know what? We're done with high school. I'm going to ask her out on a date. And he asks her out on a date. She says, I got a lot going on this week. If I can find a free day, then yes, we'll go out. We'll go to the movies. We'll do whatever. All right. His prom just happened, and one of Minion's friends asked this girl to be his prom date. On the day of prom, mind you, Minion asked her to the date like 3 days before prom. So he asked her on the day of prom, and she says yes. God damn it. So... Long story short, Minion said, with all the information he gave us, that it looks like they didn't really have a good time together. He wasn't around her for most of prom. They went separately. They left separately. It seems like he just wanted to have a date to prom. The friend did not know that Minion had asked her on a date until afterwards Minion told him. Now, I didn't like the responses that Minion's friend gave him, which were like, oh, don't worry. You don't have to worry about anything because I'm moving anyways. And maybe you should go after her twin instead. I was like, nah, bro. Red fucking flag. That sounds wrong as hell. It sounds like he's like, don't worry about it because I'll have my chance and then you'll have yours. Like, what the frick is that, dude? So, I said, it sounds like she just said yes. Well, Venti said this and I agreed with her. I said, it sounds like Venti said, or it sounds like she just said yes out of panic. Day of prom, last prom ever. Just trying to get a date, saying yes, whatever. So, I think there's not a big deal going on with it. But if anybody has any more reasoning they'd like to bring up, I think it's fine. Prom being your one-night hookup is crazy. Well, it's not a one-night hookup. they left separately. Hi, Nissan. Welcome back. You should have eliminated the competition while you had the chance. True. Her twin? That's what I said! You can't tell, but I threw something at my screen because I was mad. It was a piece of paper. Don't worry. It's crazy. I'm like living vicariously through Minion because I'm no longer in high school and my entire life is revolving around, ah, shit, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Get drunk and send her very desperate texts. I don't know how to say your name. Luakin. That's your name now. Prom is such a messy time. I cringe whenever I think of my prom. Kiko, please tell us about your prom. Please, for the love of God, tell us your prom story. Luayakin. Luayakin? Can I call you Lua? He didn't even know how to pronounce it. Oh my god, I forgot about that! Minion talked to him about how, like, it all went down and whatever, and he didn't even pronounce her name properly. I was like, Minion, you're in the fucking clear, dude. This guy's a piece of shit. You're in the fucking clear. Yep, Lua's fine. Okay, cool, because I'm gonna butcher it every single time, I promise. Or Omnier? I'm gonna call you Lua. Quick, Suda, tell them to like the stream. Like the stream, please. I miss high school. As a semi-recent graduate, my senior year was the only good year of high school, and now it's over. And I'm stressfully unemployed and sad. Everyone like and subscribe. Kiko! Don't avoid the question. I need to hear about your cringe prom. My prom was also kind of cringe, but for different reasons. I mean, I wouldn't even consider my prom cringe. I just think, like I was saying before y'all showed up, that I probably wouldn't have asked the girl I asked to prom because we ended up going to the same college. We ended up kind of dating, kind of not really. We both really liked each other, but we were never official. And then now we're both very good friends with each other. And I think that if I didn't ask her to prom, I wouldn't have that cringe-ass memory. And the outcome would have probably been the exact same. We still would be friends. We still would have gone through the dating, whatever. I don't think it's a big deal. I've just been kicking myself thinking I should have asked her to prom or at least talk to her during prom. Minion, start talking to her. Text her. It could be that she's waiting on someone else, or your friend was there to go to the dance with. Well, okay, Minion thinks that his friend was just trying to say that he got a date to prom. Last prom, whatever. So to spill right now. There, I spilled. Get wild chat. Prom is the time to break bones and eat a balloon. What? You had a much different prom than I did, Aloha. What's the most embarrassing experience you have with a girl from when you were younger? I'm trying to think of not sex ones. Let me think. With a girl? Breakups are always extremely awkward and embarrassing. I have a really funny one, but I really don't want to say it in front of Kiko's chat because it is sex related. And y'all don't... I feel weird telling you guys this, like, off rip. I have a really funny one. But anyways, let me think of one that... most embarrassing thing? The girl stealing incident was awkward? No. The girl stealing incident wasn't necessarily awkward. It was kind of funny. I broke a finger. What the fuck? You didn't tell us that. Tell us? All right, I'll tell you what. I'll tell y'all that story if you guys are able to get Kiko's approval and you like and subscribe. And I went home with my hot date. Yeah, I'm jealous. Makes sense, Minion. I can understand that. Let's hear it, bestie. I've got my popcorn. I don't. You guys have Kiko's approval. All right. So, in college, I dated one girl. I need a fake name for her. We'll say her name was Erin. I don't know. Lizzie? We'll say Lizzie. All right. We'll say her name was Lizzie. So, I dated Lizzie, and I was actually roommates with Anna at the time. So, one day, Lizzie's at our apartment, me and Anna's apartment, and how did it all go down? Asian Doggo, thank you for subscribing. Me, Anna, and Lizzie were hanging out in the living room, just talking, playing games, whatever. And then it was getting kind of late, so we were like, okay, we're gonna go to sleep. All right. Anna was playing games in the living room. My room was right next to the living room. Now, you may be trying to think about where this story is gonna go. I promise you, you would never guess where this story is gonna go. All right? This is the story. This is a story about the vampire girl, by the way. For those of you who have been longtime viewers, this is the vampire girl. So we go into my bedroom and we take our clothes off, we get in bed, we get ready to go to sleep. Genuinely get ready to go to sleep, but she's a little bit of a freak. And by that, I mean she has a higher sex drive than I do. Antidepressants, am I right? Well, she starts, you know, trying to initiate, and who am I to say no? So I was like, all right, fine. Start getting a little bit busy. She's biting me, and I'm like, ow, this fucking sucks, but whatever. She hadn't almost drawn blood from me by this point yet. That was a later time. Well, we're doing our thing, making out, foreplay, going at it, whatever. In the middle of everything, I get up because I was like, oh my God. I needed a break, okay? Because after a certain point, it was getting increasingly more difficult to perform. I'm still blaming it on the antidepressants, okay? Side effect of that. But I needed an out. I needed an easy out. And I was like, I can't just get up and say that, you know? So I get up and then I walk away from the bed and she's like, where the fuck are you going? And I went straight to my desk, picked up a bottle of water, and I chugged it all the way down. It wasn't like a normal bottle of water. It was like at least a liter. I chugged that shit all the way down to the bottom. And then I get on my phone and I start checking Instagram. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And my dumb ass is like, sorry, I don't remember what I said. It was something like, I got really tired. I needed some water or something. Why did my dumb ass get on Instagram? I panicked, bro. I fucking panicked, okay? Oh my gosh. I go back to bed. She's kind of just staring at me like, what are you talking about, man? And then we continue where we left off, whatever. But then it fucking happens again. And I'm like, God damn it, what's wrong with you? Talking to myself, right? Not her. Talking to little Suda. Talking to tiny Rez. And I'm like, okay, you know, sorry. Talking to above average Rez. Chill out. All right. And then because I had drank that big ass liter of water, it was like one of those smart water containers. I'm never going to forget that shit. Now my ass has to go to the bathroom. But this time I was like, okay, I have to go to the bathroom. I really have to pee. And luckily she did not say pee on me because I wouldn't have done that. Anyways, by that point I had gone to the bathroom. I went to pee. I came back and I was like, okay, we're going to bed. We're just going to bed. That's it. We're done here. We're done here. Got me crawling into my skin. I'm so freaked out. I'd be kind of mad if I was girl. Not that you kept backing up because you didn't explain. It's so bad, dude. It was so bad. Oh my god. We ended up dating for like 2 or 3 more months anyways, and I broke up with her. And she was pissed off. This is the same girl that is the vampire, and also the same girl that held me hostage twice. Once in her apartment and once in my own car when I tried to break up with her. So, that's like the first story that immediately came to mind. Question mark, what? Hello? Okay, she's weird. Chat, my dinner's getting cold. Oh my god, do I tell one? Oh man, which story do I tell? Fuck your dinner? Alright, somebody gets to decide which story do you want to... Do you want to hear the story of why I call Lizzie a vampire? Or do you want to hear her holding me hostage? Oh my god, I love your new model. It looks so good. Panda, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Tell us the time where you stole someone's girl twice. 3 times, actually, but anyways. Hostage story? Both? Hostage both? Do you remember me? I do remember you. How do you forget a name? Boxed Panda. That's such a unique name. You don't forget that. I've heard both at least 3 times already. You've also been in my community for 5 years. I'll tell both of them. I hope you all have time. Well, the vampire story's not very long. So, the reason I call Lizzie a vampire is because one of the things that she really liked to do in bed was biting. And I was like, okay, well, I'll try out anything at least once. Side note, I will not try anything at least once. It's a, you know, biting, I was like, it's fine. It's tame, it's fine, whatever. So, it starts with nibbling and like she's biting me, I'm biting her, places and stuff, and what's it called? This goes on for multiple times. I didn't ever particularly enjoy it, but I didn't care about it, you know? Like, it wasn't a turn on, but it wasn't a turn off for me. So I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal. A little bit of compromise. It's cool. Until she started getting more brave with it. The biting started getting more harder. It was never in particularly sensitive spots, is all I'll say. It was always waist up, okay? Chomp. It started turning into fucking chomps. It started turning into like, I'm gonna pull out chunks of your body with my mouth. So the night that, at least she didn't bite your dick off for real. I wouldn't put it aside from her, honestly. The night that I dubbed her the vampire, we were doing our normal stuff. She starts biting me all over my chest. All over my chest. It didn't go past my collarbones. And then she moves down to my stomach and starts biting my stomach. And I'm like, this is a little bit more sensitive. It kind of hurts. And then at one point, she's biting my lower stomach. Like, chat, find your belly button and then go like 2 inches to the left and like 1 inch down. That's where she was biting. And then she's just staying there. She's biting and it's going like harder and harder and harder. And then at some point I was like, if there's even a like 0.01 extra Pascal of pressure, she's gonna fucking break skin. So I look at her and I go, Lizzie, you gotta stop. And I was like, ow, 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 ow. And she stopped. She was like, what's wrong? And I was like, you're literally about to break skin. You're gonna bite my fucking stomach off. She giggled and she went back to biting me. And then I was like, no. We're stopping with the biting. I can't do the biting anymore. Like, this is insanity, dude. So I ended up telling her that, like, we had to stop biting. She kept trying. That's look, I don't want to hear it. Be progressive about it. It's fine. I was not abused. I promise you. I kept, every time she would try again, I would be like, no, you're done with that. It was not a big deal for me. I promise. But anyways, the next day I had to go to an honor society meeting with all my honor society friends, and we went to a bar to get margs. I had a band-aid over one of the spots. Literally, like, how do I point on my VTuber model? I'm gonna just zoom in a lot. So look, like right. I can't show you. It's like right between my collarbone area. You see where there's like that little gap? Right there is where there was a big ass hickey. And I had to put a band-aid over it because I was like, oh my god, everybody's gonna see it and they're gonna be like, wow, Suda got a bunch of fucking action last night. Which I did, but I wasn't about to flaunt it to the world. I go to the bar. My best friend at the time ends up calling my ass out. And he goes, show everybody your chest, man. They gotta see how crazy this is. Show everybody your chest. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna show my chest. I'm not gonna show my chest. He grabs my shirt and he pulls it down. Literally, I counted them. There was over 20 hickeys across my entire chest. 20 hickeys across my entire chest. Everybody for the night, it didn't stick luckily, was calling me a leopard. Oh my god, dude. Crazy. Crazy. Vampire. Anyways. That's why I call her a vampire. Bestie. Sounds like a good time. We had our fun. We had our fun. March. Kiko, I want you to know March acts so much differently in my community than he does in yours. Now the hostage story. God, my tikka masala is sounding so good right now. Give me Vampire Girl's number, please. She was bi, and she was very upset. Well, not upset, but she would always make snide remarks about how I'm boring because I'm not bi. She was always like, you're lame for not being bi. It was a whole thing. Hickey on the tip? What the hell? Please, 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 please. No. I don't talk to her anymore. And you'll find out why because of this next story. So, our relationship was coming to an end. I invited her to a corn maze in my college town because it's what all the cool couples do. We go. I see my honor society president at the time, a girl, who, before I was dating this girl, I was head over heels for. She has a boyfriend. They're actually engaged now. Congratulations to them. So I never tried to pursue anything because I've been there, done that. Didn't want to ruin the relationship again. Not that one, but a long other story that I'm not going to get into this stream. Well, we go to the corn maze. We're having a good time. I see the president and her boyfriend, and I immediately think, wow. And this sucks so bad, okay? But hear me out. I was an adult about this. I see her with her boyfriend, and I think, wow, I would really love to be in his place right now. And at that moment, I knew I have to break up with this girl. Not because I wanted to go for another girl, but because in my head, I thought, it is not fair to my current girlfriend that I have much stronger feelings for another girl. I was like, I'm not going to date this other girl. There's never going to be a chance for it. I'm purely going to break up with her because it's just not fair. It's not fair and it sucks. And I know that if somebody stayed with me while they were crazy about somebody else, I wouldn't feel very good about it. So, thus formulated how I was going to break up with her. I go to this same bar another night with all my honor society friends. The president is there as well, but I don't tell them the real reason that I'm breaking up with her, but I say, hey, I'm going to break up with her. And I want to do it tonight. It was a Monday night. Why did I want to do it on a Monday night? Because I had 2 margaritas and I had liquid confidence in my system. And they were like, yeah, okay. She had just gotten back from a trip. So I knew she was at her apartment. I had messaged her and I was like, I'm going to go over. I want to see you. She said, yeah, when you're done at the bar. Okay, cool. I end up leaving the bar. Well, I'm done at the bar. I text her and she's not answering. On a margarita, it was 2 margaritas, excuse me. She's not answering and I'm like, fuck, I think she just ended up going to sleep. She got back from a trip, she's tired, whatever. Okay, so I go home, whatever. Next day is Tuesday. Me and Anna are in the living room playing Smash as we usually do. Actually, I think Anna was cooking something. I'm on the couch. And Lizzie calls me because she had a meeting with her advisor. Mind you, we're both mechanical engineers, but I was further along in the program. So she's calling me. She's like, hey, I need advice because the advisor said this, this, and this. And so I was like, yeah, I'll give you advice. No big deal. So I'm talking to her, and then I put her on speaker. And then me and Anna are talking to her. And she ends up telling me at some point, she's like, hey, take me off speaker. All right. I take her off speaker. And she ends up asking me, are you going to break up with me today? I panicked, Chad. I fucking panicked, bro. I panicked. I said, maybe? Oh my God. It was the worst possible thing I could have said. I said, maybe. And she goes, what do you mean maybe? And I said, okay, yes, I'm going to break up with you today. And she hits me with all these questions, rightfully so. I'm not even going to judge her for that. All these questions. And I'm like, I'm not going to do this right now over the phone. Like, I'm gonna talk to you later today. I'm going to break up with you later today. We're not doing this over the phone. And she's like, all right, fine. Hangs up. I don't talk to her until I'm like, hey, I'm going over. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay. Sounds like a child caught in a lie, maybe. I go to her apartment. Side note, after rain, there was always snails on the, concrete, and you would start walking and you'd accidentally crush them. They were really tiny snails, but it was the most heart-wrenching thing ever. I remember that very vividly. Anyways, I go to her apartment. I go into her house. She opens the door, and she greets me, hey! Like, happy to see me. And I'm like, okay. She gives me a hug, and I'm kind of like, no, you know what's coming. And then we go to her room. And so I start telling her, like, I'm going to break up with you. And she's like, okay, why are you going to break up with me? And I didn't want to tell her that it was because I liked another girl. So I just said, I'm about to graduate, and I'm not the kind of person that can make long distance work. She still had like 2 years to go. Keep in mind, she was older than me, but she had swapped majors. So she was like, okay, well, I think we can make long distance work, and you don't think it's worth trying? And I was like, honestly, we haven't been dating that long. I think that it would hurt less if we broke up now rather than breaking up later when we have even more feelings for each other and like long distance doesn't work out. Like, I don't think long distance is going to work out. Suda really should have used the yes, I panicked defense. What was it, like 6 months? Bro, it was 4 months. 4 months. Not a long time. So we go through this back and forth, and she's telling me all this. She starts to cry, and I'm like, God, this sucks. I hate making people cry. And then she locks her room door. She locks her room door, and immediately I get worried. Now, I forgot to mention this part to you all, chat. She is a Latina woman. I am Latino. I have dated lots of Latina women before. I've heard lots of stories. I know how crazy they can get sometimes. I planned for this. Before going into the breakup, I started recording on my phone. It was a voice recording only. Completely illegal, by the way. I looked up the laws. I started voice recording on my phone. Just in case anything, like she tries to pull anything. I hid the phone in my shirt pocket. Face outwards, because the voice recording app I had turned the screen black. So it didn't look like I was recording her. She locks the fucking door, and I'm vocalizing everything. I'm like, why did you lock the door? And she keeps saying, I don't want to lose you. You're my person. And I was like, I'm breaking up with you. Like, I'm not your person anymore. Unlock the door. And I keep clearly saying, Lizzie, unlock the door. I'm leaving. I'm trying to leave your apartment. Unlock the door. And she latches onto me like a hug, like a bear hug. She's a tiny girl. I think she's like 4'11". She latches the fuck onto me. Is the door lockable from the inside? Yes. But she was in front of the door, and I was in front of her, and I was like, unlock the door. She latches onto me, and she's crying, and she's like, I'm not going to let you go. You're my person. And I was like, start vocalizing. I'm like, let me go. I'm leaving. Like, that's it. We broke up. She's like, we haven't broken up yet. I was like, we broke up. Let me go. This lasted. Her latching onto me and me trying to, like, plead with her to let me out. Because I wasn't about to, like, pry her off and, like, force my way out. I didn't want to accidentally hurt this girl and make, like, a lot more problems in the future, you know? So I'm, like, trying to, like, put my arms in front of her shoulders and kind of, like, gently push her off of me. But she's latching on. So quickly I was like, this shit isn't working. So, like, 30 fucking minutes of her latched on and doing all this. And finally, I somehow managed to convince her to unlock the door. The moment the door unlocked, I opened it, I left. I didn't look back. I didn't say anything. I left. I was walking on the crunchy concrete with the snails. I'm sorry, snails. I get in my car. I fucking leave. I leave. This is not the end of the story, chat. I said there was 2 times that she had held me hostage. A couple weeks later, she messages me. And she says, hey, I hope everything's good. How are you doing? I should have blocked your number. This is all my fault in hindsight. I should have blocked your number. I messaged back. I was very short, but I was like, I'm good. Thanks. And she starts talking to me, asking questions about mechanical engineering. Me being the nerd I am, I'm going off. I'm answering them. And I was, what's it called? I got tricked into helping her with mechanical stuff. So that was after 2 weeks. Another week passes, and she messages me. She's like, hey, I was at a study session. At this point, chat, it's 8 p.m. Exactly 8 p.m. I'm on my couch in the living room with Anna. She messages me. She's like, hey, I was at a study session. I didn't bring my car. I walked to campus. Can you pick me up? It's dark, and I don't want to walk home alone. She's a 4'11" girl. I didn't fucking blame her, honestly. And I look at Anna, and I say, I forgot her name already. I called her Erin at one point. What was her name? What name was I saying, chat? I don't remember what the fake name I gave was. Lizzie. All right, so I look at Anna and I say, Lizzie wants me to pick her up because whatever the reason I just said was. And Anna goes, are you going to do it? And I said, I'm going to do it. Because I'd feel horrible if something bad happened to her, you know? So I was like, it's a 10-minute drive to pick her up, drop her off, and then a 10-minute drive home. And I was like, Anna, I'll be back in 20 minutes. Anna just goes, all right. I go to campus, I pick her up. She's like, thanks. She gets in my car, and I'm not really engaging with her. You know, I was like, I'm going to pick her up. I'm going to take her home. She hits me with, have you eaten dinner yet? Like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. We should go get dinner. And I was like, no, I already ate dinner. I'm just picking you up, and I'm taking you home, and that's it. And then she's like, oh, but are you sure? Like, I'll pay for you. It's fine. It's on me. Like, she was being very adamant about dinner. And I was like, no. I already ate dinner. I'm not hungry. I'm taking you home, and that's it. And then she's like, all right, fine. We get to her house. It's by car like 5 minutes away, so it wasn't a very far drive. We get to her apartment. It's not crunchy sidewalk anymore because it hadn't been raining. I reverse park into the parking spot because that's what I always do. I'm kind of cool like that. Anyways, she unlocks the door, she opens it, takes 1 foot out of the car, bag over her shoulder. My hand is on the Prindle. I'm ready to put that Prindle in drive and just, like, zoom off. She turns around, looks at me, and says, can I ask you a question? Immediately, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. League question mark pings all over my screen. I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, they're coming out of the woodworks. This is a red flag situation. What do I do? What do I do? Sound the alarms. Call Anna. Where's Anna? Ever come pick me up. I'm scared. Oh my God. A million thoughts race through my head. And I say, no, please get out of my car. I'm going home. Wrong answer, chat. I failed the QuickTime event. She sits back down in my car. She locks the car. I'm like, fuck my life. Fuck my Chungus life, dude. She looks at me and she says, do you still like me? Oh my God. A million thoughts race through my head again. And I'm like, fuck, what's the right answer? What do I say? What do I say? In my, like, whole panic mode, I say a single word. No hesitation. A million thoughts through my head and no hesitation. I say, no, I do not. I fucking failed the QuickTime event again, chat. 2 for 2. I'm losing this shit. I'm gonna die in this car. I've accepted my fate. She's planted a bomb. Something's happening. I say, no, I do not. Oh my God. Q. An hour and a half. An hour and a half of her just hounding me with all these questions. What do you mean you don't like me anymore? It's only been 3 weeks. Why did you break up with me? I feel like you didn't give me the full story. Like, you're acting kind of shady, whatever. I have my head in my hand, and I'm just like, I need to get out of this situation somehow. Did Anna call the fucking cops? Anna texted me because she was like, hey, where the fuck are you? And I look at her and I'm like, Anna's worried about where I am because I said I was going to be gone for 20 minutes. And she said, tell Anna you're fine. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I say? Anna, call the cops, please help me. Get the Coast Guard. We need somebody out here, dude. I don't know what to do. No, I messaged Anna and I was like, Lizzie's holding me hostage in my car. She wants answers. And I don't remember what Anna says after that, but she didn't call the cops. Airstrike. So, like an hour and a half, chat, of me just being like, I gave you all the information. Get out of my car. And she's like, no, I'm not getting out until you answer me. Get out of my car, Lizzie. Oh my God. I didn't have time because I didn't plan for this, chat. I didn't think this was going to happen. So I don't have my fucking phone recording. It didn't matter, luckily. Spoiler alert. Everything was calm. Everything was fine. It wasn't necessarily calm. It wasn't heated, but I was getting very annoyed very quickly because I was like, get out of my car. I want to go home. I want to go to sleep. I didn't want to do this. This is why I didn't want to pick you up in the first fucking place. And I told her that too. I was like, I didn't want to pick you up because I knew something like this might have happened. And she was like, well, it's happening now, so too bad. You picked me up anyways. So she's asking me all these questions like, you didn't give me the full reason why you wanted to break up. I know you didn't. I want you to tell me the full reason. And I was like, I told you the full reason. Get out of my car. And she's like, I'm not getting out of your car. Music starts playing in the car and I'm just stressed out. I'm so stressed out, chat. My head's in my hand and I'm like, oh my god, what do I fucking do in this situation, man? I contemplated calling Anna and telling her, please help me. I genuinely did. But finally, she gets so pissed off and frustrated. And she continuously was asking me, like, why are you stressed out? Why are you stressed out? And I was like, because you won't leave my car, man. Get out. So she finally got so pissed off that she left the car herself. She leaves. Immediately, she gets out of the car. I swear to God, my car was already in drive before the door even closed, and I was ready to go. So I skied off, dude. I pull the fuck out of there. She hasn't even... I'm surprised her feet were on the asphalt at the speed. As soon as she opened the door and was getting out, I was like, I'm leaving, man. That's it. I book it. I get back to my apartment. Anna's like, dude, what the fuck happened? You were gone for so long. And I tell Anna, and she's like, what the hell is... This is insanity. She still continues to try to text me. Not about that, but she starts trying to text me like everything's fine, like nothing fucking happened. And at that point, I was like, I'm not answering. I'm not answering. That's it. You had your chance. Oh my gosh. I'm Seraphine Altinger double E stunner and driving away in my Sarah stage wheelchair. Girly Pop had problems. I love Latina women. Oh my god. Yeah, so 2 hostage situations. Asuda who almost bled. Asuda who failed QuickTime events with her constantly. I mean, who the fuck gets up, drinks water, and starts checking Instagram during sex, dude? Come on. That cannot be the moral of the story. Me too. Oh my god. After that experience, I wouldn't. No offense. It's fine. It's fine. I would probably date crazier girls, honestly. I've dated girls with some problems. Not to say I don't have my own problems, but I would continue to date girls with problems. I don't mind. The end. I love crazy women. Oh my god. I like crazy girls, but I also like girls that are not crazy. So, like, I just like girls. Okay? Ladies, I am single. Saying no wasn't failing the QTE. She could have gotten back in if you said yes. Oh, fuck. Maybe there wasn't a right answer on that one. That was a forced cutscene, huh? That whole segment was totally a forced cutscene. Damn it. That was part of the levels. I don't know many not crazy chicks. I'm telling you. I'm single. I'm ready to mingle. I am actively searching. Please. I'm desperate. I'm not desperate. She would have hopped right back in either way. I feel like the right answer was putting the car in drive and starting to drive off. Find a man. They aren't as crazy for real. I didn't like men when she wanted me to like men. I don't like men now. I'm sorry to tell you. I don't like wiener. Close the door, lady. Move now. We're zooming out of this bitch. I don't know what to tell you. Answer your question by driving off would have been insane. I think I would have looked like the crazy one in that situation. Like, she cannot truthfully tell this story in a way that makes me look like the crazy person. Now, keep in mind, I said truthfully. If she lies about it, then absolutely. Suda, forgot to mention, but when I got to the tables during prom, I had to sit with 3 couples. Oh, minion. Fate is just throwing it in your face, dude. I'd mostly been like, nope. Just a quick, do you still like me? Nope. Who cares what story she tells? I don't fucking care what story she tells now. But it's more for myself, right? Like, I can go back and say, I was not the problem. Did I start the problem by breaking up with her? Yes. Was I the problem for all these stories? I don't think I was. I'm pretty sure I wasn't. Do you still like me? Starts barking. She probably would have been into that, honestly. She was a kinky girl. And I was just down. I honestly don't remember, but I'm like 75% sure I was dating Fallen during my junior homecoming and was on my phone the whole time. Oh my god. Maybe. Do you still like me? Chugs a liter of water and starts checking Instagram. Oh. What a great story to tell new people who I've never met before in my life. Alright, chat. Kiko, I told you this story. You have to tell me where your fifth eyeball is. Anyways, I gotta end stream, everybody. It was so nice to meet you all, but I have chicken tikka masala and garlic naan waiting for me, dude. I gotta thank Kiko again for the raid. My chatters, if you're not subscribed to Kiko, please go and subscribe to her. She plays a lot of horror games that I will not play because I'm not brave enough. So, yeah. Tell us, Kiko, quickly. You can tell me in DMs. You don't have to tell anybody else. I love you, Sunda. Have a good night. Suda tries not to fry a circuit when women yell at him challenge. I don't... Okay. Women have yelled at me before. I don't fry a circuit. It was just with her that I was panicking because I was like, how do I keep everything compartmentalized and secretive, you know? Should I message her? You're not going to keep my ass here for another 30 minutes. Fuck you guys. I'm not doing this. I'm coconut mauling and I'm leaving you all here. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Like the stream, subscribe. Go subscribe to Kiko. Incredible human being. One of my friends in streaming industry. I will see you all, fuck me, I don't know, Sunday, maybe? I don't know. Here's the Discord. Where's my fucking... Don't go to that VOD's channel. It's not up to date. I don't know. Bye. Fuck, wrong one again. I did that twice in a row. I'm so bad at streaming, dude. All right, fine. I'll stream again, not on Sunday, because that's Minion's birthday. I don't know. Bye, everybody. Kiko, thank you for the raid. Bye, March, Venti, Lua, Nissan, Asian Doggo, Minion, Aloha, everybody else I missed.